Division rivals, just SEC rivals now. The Tide and the Tigers tipping things off when we come back. We're wrapping up our Ford pregame show. The tip for Alabama basketball is next on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
This has been the Ford pregame show. Ford, visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. Crimson Tide basketball is also brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide. Get ready. Alabama Crimson Tide basketball is next on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Are you sick of pretending to like boring hard seltzers that leave you feeling bloated? Tired of drinking the same old light beer? No time to make a mixed drink with all those complicated ingredients? Then it's time for you to try something different. Beatbox is now an official sponsor of Alabama and the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Packing an 11.1 APV punch, each Beatbox is bursting with delicious flavors. Beatbox is gluten-free, low sugar, and resealable, so you can always take the party on the go. There ain't no party like a Beatbox party. Roll Tide. Please drink responsibly. Must be 21.
I'm John Miller.
And I'm Kobe Prentice.
Make sure you and your family are up to date this summer on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory disease.
Vaccinations against these viruses are important for everyone, especially those at a higher risk of developing serious complications, including older Americans and those with certain medical conditions.
So don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM today. Stay safe and roll Tide.
I'm Coach Nate Oates, and this is the Ford F-Series Highlight Show. Talk about an outstanding lineup. Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty deliver impressive power and game-changing capability. That's why I'm a fan of Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 47 consecutive years. For the latest offers on a Ford truck, go to buyfordnow.com or visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. Roll Tide.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY industry reported total sales.
Hey, Bama fans. Tuscaloosa Drug Company is a proud supporter of Crimson Tide Athletics. We've been serving our community and the University Athletic Department for over a decade. There are 3 locations in the Tuscaloosa and Northport area to serve you. We understand the importance of prompt and efficient service. That's why we strive to provide service that you can rely on, where we know you by name. The next time you have a medication need, call who the Tide calls, Tuscaloosa Drug.
Hey there, everybody. Bob Baumhauer here, letting you know that we understand that times are tough and we truly believe value matters. So, by popular demand, we brought back our Inflation Bites menu featuring scratch-made meals that will make the whole family smile, and your wallet, too. Menu items start at just $7.99, and any entree comes with a free beverage. Try our classic tailgate burger for just $8.99, or our hearty Bam Bam chicken platter for $9.99. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
If you're looking for the best selection in Crimson Tide apparel, look no further than the Soup Store. The Soup Store is every Bama fan's ultimate destination for the hottest gear and accessories, with 3 great locations around campus to serve you: in Tuscaloosa on campus at the University Student Center, on the Strip in front of Bryant-Denny Stadium, and on Bryan Drive. If you can't get to Tuscaloosa, shop the Soup Store online at soupstore.ua.edu. The Soup Store is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics.
Here we go. It's time for Alabama Crimson Tide basketball on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
To the trailer, 3, bottom, tie game, 75 all. He'll rise, he'll fire, he'll make the 3, the bank first 3.
Crimson Tide basketball is brought to you by Barkley Buick GMC, where Barkley makes it easy. Golden Flake, the official potato chip of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Guthrie's, America's original chicken finger restaurant, and a proud partner of the Crimson Tide. Auto Owners Insurance. Visit rolltide.com/auto owners to partner with an independent Alabama agent. Chick-fil-A. Download the Chick-fil-A app and win big this season. Conecuh Sausage, made fresh in Evergreen, Alabama since 1947, and now the official smoked sausage of the Crimson Tide. Cook's Pest Control. Call Cook's to score superior protection from pests and termites. Ford. Visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. And by the Soup Store, the best place in town to get all your Alabama gear. Now, turn it up. It's game time. Here's the voice of the Crimson Tide, Chris Stewart.
Game time indeed as Alabama takes on longtime rival LSU. The Crimson Tide meeting the Tigers here at Coleman Coliseum. Crazy to think it's not the home and home as we've had with the Tigers so many times over the years, but with the new look at expanded SEC, much like the matchup with Ole Miss here at home, it's the only time to face the Tigers in regular season play as well. But Bryan Passink, that only makes it all the more important that you get this one.
Yeah, listen, Alabama's already dropped one at home, but fortunately this team has been really good on the road. 2 top 10 road wins in the SEC. That is about as good as it gets. Alabama will have some more opportunities as good as this league is. You know, there was a time where you might not get but one opportunity on the road to win a top 10 game. Alabama will have multiple. They've already been perfect in those games so far. But now it's about taking care of business at home against a team you should beat, but a team that's dangerous and capable of winning on the road.
Let's turn it over to Tony Giles.
Performed by the $1 Million Pep Band.
Tony, of course, the longtime public address announcer here at Coleman Coliseum. When we go back to him for the introduction of the LSU starters.
Welcome to Coleman Coliseum for tonight's Southeastern Conference game. Here are the starting lineups. First, our visitors from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the Tigers of LSU. At guard, a 6'3" freshman. Memphis, Tennessee, number 3, Curtis Gibbons III. At guard, a 6'5" graduate from Wilson, North Carolina, number 4, Jai Bailey. At guard, a 6'3" senior from Donaldson, Louisiana, number 5, Cam Carter. At forward, a 6'9" junior from Atlanta, Texas, number 10, Damian Collins. And at forward, a 6'8" freshman from New Orleans, Louisiana, number 11, Corey Chest. LSU's assistant coaches are Casey Long, Jalen Courtney Williams, Tim Kaine, and Ronrico White. David Patrick is the associate head coach, and the Tigers head coach is Matt McMahon.
BP, we hadn't talked at all about the head coaches prior to now, but Matt McMahon, the second-year head coach of the Tigers, trying to rebuild kind of a mess that was left in the departure of Will Wade, but a guy who's had a great track record, 10 years as a head coach, almost 200 victories, trying to get it built his way there in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, and
third year, excuse me.
And Matt McMahon's defense, he picked a bad time to get into the SEC, especially inheriting what he did at LSU, but he's a terrific basketball coach. He's proved it at the mid-major level, and when you watch LSU play, you know they're a well-coached team, and it's just a situation where right now in the SEC, this league is deeper, better than it's ever been in all areas. So one of the reasons they have a 1-4 record, but that's not going to stick. They're going to continue to get better.
Deliver a rolling top. for Alabama's starting five. At full, a 6'11" sophomore from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, number 15, Jaron Stevenson. At guard, a 6'4" graduate from Tuscaloosa, number 8, Chris Youngblood. At center, a 6'11" graduate from Benin City, Nigeria, number 11, Clifford Amore. At forward, a 6'11" graduate from Devil's Lake, North Dakota, number 4, Grant Nelson. And at guard, a 6'1" graduate from Muscle Shoals, Alabama, number 1, Mark Sears. The assistant coaches are Preston Murphy, Ryan Pannone, and Brian Adams. And Alabama's head coach is Nate Oates. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Alabama basketball.
BP, as Coach talked about in pregame, LeBaron Philon, a little bit of a leg tweak, going to have him out of the starting lineup. But again, these guys are interchangeable. Chris Youngblood, a veteran, gets his first start in an Alabama uniform. He's got a ton of starts in his career, though, collegiately.
The American Athletic Conference Player of the Year a year ago at South Florida. And listen, LeBaron Philon has been terrific. One of the best freshmen in college basketball. Has a little ankle tweak. He'll come off the bench. But one of the positives is not just Youngblood gets the start. And to hear him get introduced, the graduate student from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, here at Coleman Coliseum, a special moment for Chris Youngblood and his family. And love the fact how well CY is playing. He's starting to knock down the three-point looks that he's been known for. He's a versatile player, can defend offensively. He's been really good over the course of his career. He just missed a lot of time with injury and surgery, and now he's back playing his best basketball. Chris Youngblood is a big reason why. You look at this Alabama team, who's number 4 in America, the number 2 offensive team in the country. But I feel like this team has just scratched the surface on how good they can be, and a big reason why is you've got some guys emerging like Chris Youngblood.
Alabama with the new look uniform for the Crimson Tide. It is the crimson with Crimson Tide on the front, the old school A on the leg of the shorts there. It's a good look. It's the same uniform that we broke out last year. Garrett Walker dusted that one off on us last year with the white unis, but the crimson look is the first time we've seen it. It's a good look. So good looking. It is.
And I love wearing crimson at home. Not something we often see, but boy, the contrast with the crimson and what do they call that? Gold, yellow?
That's their gold. It's yellow, but they're calling it gold. And Damian Collins will jump for the Tigers. Clifford Amore to jump for the Tide, and Bama wins the tap in the backcourt to our right. They'll walk it front court now with Stevenson with the dribble. Throws it to Nelson. Grant looks down low, finds Amore on the seal, puts it up, wouldn't go, but he got fouled. And right out of the gate, Bama feeding the post, and Clifford Amore will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, that was a good look from Grant Nelson. Threw it where only Cliff Amore could get it. Took a ton of contact. He'll go to the line. Not something you see a lot of, and that is Alabama's center posting up, but had the matchup that they wanted. Grant Nelson gave him a beautiful pass, and Alabama gets to the line for 2.
Unfortunately, missing the first. Owen Short, Chuck Jones, Lucas Santos, our officials for tonight's ball game. Clifford from Nigeria misses both free throws, and LSU will bring it ahead, trying to get on the board first. Bama 0 for 2 from the stripe to start the ball game. Bailey on the drive, stopping at the block, kicks it to the top of the arc. Gibbons all alone, 3 ball is short. Rebound tipped out, batted right back into the hand of a Tiger. That's Chest, who puts up the leaner, no good. His tip follow wouldn't go, and a foul's going to be whistled on the Crimson Tide. LSU just a tad quicker to the basketball right there, even though Bama's got the height advantage over the Tigers. Their quickness allowed them to get the opportunities there.
Yeah, 3 opportunities for LSU, and it paid off as they'll go to the line for 2. Alabama not able to close out the defensive possession by rebounding the ball.
First free throw up and good from Corey Chest. He's 6'8", 220, a freshman from New Orleans. Played at Link Academy. Second attempt is up. That one is no good. Rebounded by Nelson. Outlet pass to Sears. Nate says push it, and the Tide does. Sears off the double screen will work inside the arc. Gets into the paint. Hands it off Nelson around to Stevenson. Jaron on the drive. Cut off at the elbow. Kicks it to Amori on the left wing. He'll dribble to the high side. Gives it off to Youngblood. The flush, and that was beautiful.
Beautiful. Dribble handoff, and Chris Youngblood saw it all the way. Cliff Amori rolled. He was all alone and able to throw it down.
Carter with the ball in the near wing. Plays off of the screen. Goes right baseline. Stops. Leans in. Off balance jumper. Got it to go. Looked like he was trying to get a foul from Stevenson. Couldn't connect with him, but he connected on the shot. And it's a 3-2 LSU advantage early. 18:37 to go first half. Sears on the drive. Gets into the paint. Puts it up left hand short. Rebound controlled by LSU. It's Chest who clears it in the work ahead to Givens.
A good look from Marks. This little floater, not quite at the rim too, which is what we're used to seeing.
Givens could get it to go, but Chest was there to tap it back in, and LSU grabs a 5-2 advantage.
Chest, one of the better offensive rebounders in the SEC. That's already 2 that he's gotten.
Amori couldn't handle the bounce pass from Sears, and the Tigers run the other way. Chest drive to the lane, off the window and in. He took it right at Grant Nelson and was able to score around his outstretched arm. The Bama's down 7-2, as they were in the last ball game at home, as Youngblood will drive. Leans in, left hand off the window and good.
Smart play from Chris Youngblood. Took his time, pump fake, got his man in the air and able to finish with the left hand off the glass and in.
7-4 our score. Tigers with the ball and the lead. Left of the circle, they go to Chest. Now right of the circle to Bailey. Bailey off the screen, gets to the free throw line, sees Cliff, backs up, gives it to Givens on the near wing. 10 on the shot clock. Givens trying to work against Sears. Got bumped, no whistle. Bama gets the takeaway. Here's Youngblood front court to Amori. He'll drive down the lane and dish it. Left corner, 3, no good by Stevenson. Tipped way out though, saved by Sears. Finds Amori, and Bama gets a reset to 20. Don't need it. Youngblood 3.
Great hustle by Mark Sears and a smart play as he hung in the air. He was going to throw it towards the LSU side, thought better of it, found Cliff Amori, who got it to Chris Young, who knocked down the wide open 3.
When it was 7-2, Nate had 3 guys at the scores table. Now it's 7-7. He said, y'all sit down. Tigers with a basketball left of the circle. On the drive is Bailey. Cut off, lost it. Scramble on the deck. Stevenson had it. Now Nelson takes it away. Flips it ahead. Gives it off. Now they go to Sears. Mark, 2 on 5. Now Wisely does the math. Pulls up. Right side. 3. No. Rebound claimed by LSU. And here comes Chest bringing it ahead. They get it to Carter in the front court. 7-7 game at the moment. LSU and Bama. Carter underneath. Circles. Needs help. Hands it off. Off the window. No good by Chest. Outlet pass from Amori to Youngblood. Chris going downhill. Steps through. Leaner. Got it. Boy, that was beautiful. It was in slow motion, and he got it to drop, and Bama's got the 9-7 lead.
The use of pace. He exploded, and then he essentially stopped. Let the defender go by him and finished at the rim. Smart play by Chris Youngblood.
Hit that pause button before he got the shot to go. Now it'll be Chest backing his way down against Nelson. Leans in, lays it up, miss. Put back, no. Rebound fought for. Nelson deflects it out of bounds. It'll belong to the Tigers when we come back to T-Town. But with 15:49 to go in the first half, it's a 9-7 score. Good guys on top here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Ready to rev up your engines and feel the excitement at Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac. We've got the perfect ride to match your style and adventure. Visit us at our showroom at Skyland Boulevard and let our friendly team help you find the vehicle of your dreams. Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac, where hometown pride and unbeatable deals collide. Drive with passion with Barkley. Visit us today or check us out online at barkleygmc.com.
Barkley makes it easy. Domino's delivers game day across Tuscaloosa and the surrounding area. Locally owned in Tuscaloosa for 30-plus years, the team at Domino's is proud to be a supporter of Alabama basketball and athletics across the Capstone. Domino's would like to thank our customers for supporting our local business for over 30 years. Make Domino's your choice on game days year-round. Domino's is proud to deliver your Alabama Crimson Tide game days anytime. Just visit RollDomino's.com. Thanks for your business and Roll Tide.
.49 to go in the first half. Bama's up by 2, 9-7 over LSU. Texaco with Techron is proud to sponsor tonight's game. Trust your car to the star, as Texaco with Techron gives you unbeatable mileage for all of your travels off the court. On the other side of the court, we have Roger Hoover.
Yes, we do, and Nate Oates talking in the huddle with the Crimson Tide. First of all, about rebounding LSU, out-rebounding Alabama 8-3 to begin this game, so cleaning it up on the boards is going to be a point of emphasis, as well as playing with the kind of energy that Alabama had the last 2 minutes. Maybe not necessarily the first 2 minutes of this ball game, but Bryan, if we see an effort from Alabama like we saw to close out that stretch, Alabama should be in good shape tonight.
Yeah, it was a rough start for Alabama the first couple of minutes, but since then, a 7-0 run, and as Chris talked about, Nate had 3 guys at the scorer's table ready to check in after about a minute of this game, and then all of a sudden the Tide started to roll. Those guys came back to the bench. I think he'll go to his bench here at the first media timeout, but great start for Chris Youngblood, who got his first start in an Alabama uniform. The Tuscaloosa native leading all scorers with 7 points, but defensively, Alabama's initial defense has been fine, but not closing out those defensive possessions. It's 5-1 offensive rebounding advantage for the Tigers. Alabama has to do a better job on the glass, and that's been something they've done with consistency throughout most of the year, but so far a great start on the boards for LSU.
Alabama out of the timeout with Aiden Holloway, Chris Youngblood, Mohamed Diabate, LeBaron Philon, and Aiden Sherrill, the 5 on the floor. Tigers to inbound it from the baseline to the right of their own bucket. Trying to trigger it in. Jai Bailey beats the count. Getting it into Cam Carter, who drives right, stops halfway down the block, needs help, spins, leaves it up too strong, rebounded his own miss, and then it is grabbed by Diabate. Mo's first board. He'll throw the outlet pass to Philon. LeBaron off of the screen, now steps back, gives it to Youngblood. Thought about a 3, now works right, away from a double team. Had it poked away, fought to get it back, still fighting, gives it off. Sherrill to Mo, he'll spin, got hacked in a late whistle, but they got it right.
Well, the strength of Chris Youngblood, it looked like that was going to be a turnover. Nice defensive play by LSU. Knocked the ball away, but Chris able to get it back. Find Aiden Sherrill and Mo Diabate, who's had 2 of the best games he's had in an Alabama uniform. One at Rupp Arena, the other against Vanderbilt here at home in Alabama's last game. He's playing at a high level. Gets fouled, but wasn't in the act of shooting.
Philon trying to beat the count, but throws it away on the inbounds. It's grabbed by Jordan Sears of LSU. Jordan Sears, who wears number 1, like Bama's Mark Sears, will give it off to Cam Carter. Carter back to Jordan Sears between the circles. He'll drive left, he'll stop, he'll work to his right, he'll fire a bullet. Great pass and a great catch in traffic by Robert Miller III for the flush, and we're tied at 9 apiece. Here's Bama the other way. Aiden Holloway driving inside the paint, kicks it into the corner. Mo thought about a 3, instead will drive. Gets cut off on the baseline, spins away from traffic. Outside to Philon, now to Sherrill, back to Philon. He'll drive right, he'll get into the paint, pump fake on the pass, then got fouled in the act of shooting.
Alabama's taken more mid-range shots this season than I've ever seen under Nate Oates, but you've got guys that are able to make them. LeBaron Philon is one. Aiden Holloway's done a great job with just inside mid-range, kind of not quite at the rim 2s, but those floaters that he's hitting at a high rate. This time, LeBaron Philon goes up from about 6 feet, gets fouled, and gets to the line.
Philon hits the first for Alabama. LeBaron, the Mobile native. Phylon shooting 69% from the charity stripe. As Youngblood will sit down and Sears comes back in to replace him for the Crimson Tide. Both free throws good, and it's 11-9. Alabama with a 2-point lead. Jordan Sears for LSU bringing it front court. Looking to his right, picks up the dribble, deflection. Diabate tried to save it, but couldn't keep his feet to get to it. It goes out of bounds. Nate Oates loves the hustle, despite the fact he couldn't get the full takeaway.
That's what Mo does. Hustle play, gets the deflection, doesn't get the steal, but makes life difficult defensively for LSU.
Tigers with the basketball. Jordan Sears driving right, has it on the wing, reverses to the top of the arc, and Miller flips it over to Carter. Carter will step back, shoots a three short, rebounded by Mark Sears of Alabama, and he'll run the other way. Mark taking it to the left wing, goes right, gets into the paint, kicks it into the corner. Phylon to Holloway, got bumped, and there's the whistle on LSU. That'll be on Derek Fountain. That'll be his first. Mike Williams III checking in for the Tigers as Carter will sit down. We got 14:07 to go first half, 11-9, Alabama with a lead. Crimson Tide with the basketball, inbounding near the LSU bench. They get to Phylon. Inside, Diabate drives in, right-handed layup is good.
Nice look, sideline out of bounds, gets it to Mo Diabate, who's able to use his strength and his body finish with his offhand on the right side.
Here comes LSU on the attack. Jordan Sears had it stripped by Sherrill, picked up by Diabate. Mo will drive, lost it on the way in, and taken away by the Tigers. Williams with the basketball, bringing it front court now. Mike Williams will leave it off to Bailey. Bailey playing off of a screen, but a double team comes anyway. They'll throw it into the right corner, then to the near wing. Williams, pump fake, now a three attempt is good. 13-12 after the make from Mike Williams III. Cuts the Alabama advantage to its slimmest margin. Now Sears on the dribble for Alabama. Takes it to the right wing, crosses over, gets to the block, kicks it out to Sherrill. Left alone, he'll try three. It is no good after hitting the rim twice. Bama tips it around, and Sherrill rebounds the miss. Holloway to Sears. No good. Rebounded Phylon. Back to Mark. Thought about a three. Drives in. Bounce pass. Sherrill not able to handle it. Mark gets it back. Steps through the lane. Had it stripped. Kept it alive. Phylon. Corner three. That's no good. Rebound tip. Diabate. A scramble on the deck. Fight for the loose ball. Tie up. And the arrow is going to favor. They're going to call a foul on Mo.
Mo Diabate. And that is a tough call. It was a loose ball situation. And boy, Mo got a tough call on that one. Great effort by Alabama, and Mark Sears making effort plays, the deflection, couple of open looks. Alabama with 2 or 3 opportunities. Loved the hustle, but unfortunately nothing to show for it on that possession.
It was going to be LSU's ball regardless because they had the arrow, but that's a tough foul on Mo, as Bryan said. 12:42 and ticking. Time left in the opening half. 13-12, Alabama with the lead. Mo went to the bench along with Sherrill. That means that they've made room for both Nelson and also Amori. Clifford, good defense right there on Williams, but Williams dribbled it off the foot of Clifford Amori. Out of bounds, possession to stay with LSU. They'll get Damian Collins back in as Robert Miller sits down.
We've seen Alabama's big men do a good job defensively with quick hands. Aiden Sherrill had a steal a couple possessions ago. This time Cliff Amori knocks it away.
Three in the corner, an air ball for Miller. The rebound, though, unfortunately caromed off an Alabama player and out of bounds, and so it will go back to the Tigers.
Grant Nelson was in great position, but because the shot was so off, caught him a little off guard, went off his leg out of bounds, and another opportunity for LSU.
Inbounds comes to the elbow, and Sears, that's LSU's Sears. He'll step back, try a three. It's no good, but they're going to call a foul on Holloway in the process. So it'll be 3 free throws for LSU, and their number 1, Jordan Sears.
And another second chance opportunity for LSU. Their 6th offensive rebound, and they've already got 3 second chance points, a chance to add to that with 3 at the line.
First of 3 is up and good. We got a tie game at the moment, 13-13. LSU led by as many as 5 at 7-2. Bama's been up by 4 at 13-9. The Tigers regain the lead now as Sears will have one more free throw upcoming. He's made 2 already.
We talked about in the pregame show, you do not want to send LSU to the line. Jordan Sears, Cam Carter, the 2 best in the SEC, both of them in conference play, shooting over 95%.
All 3 free throws good, and the Tigers will have a 15-13 advantage. 12 minutes, 16 seconds and ticking time left here in the opening half at Coleman Coliseum. Phylon with it. Front court for Alabama. Dribbles off the double screen, goes right. They're going to call a moving screen there on Alabama. I think it was on Clifford Amore.
Yeah, it looked like he was off balance as he was setting a ball screen. That was a right call. Kind of an unfortunate break for Cliff as he was setting up to set that screen. Just lost his footing and ended up moving as a result.
So LSU with the basketball. Jordan Battle driving, giving it back up, top of the arc to Collins. Collins will hand it off left of the circle to Williams. Williams back up top to Sears for LSU. Shot clock under 15. Game clock at 11:50. We're due immediate timeout of the next whistle. Sears crossing to his left against Bama's Aiden Holloway. Now to Collins. Now with a shot clock under 5. Williams struggling to get loose. He'll fire up a desperation shot. No good. Rebound snatched out of the air by LSU and Chest. Chest with a reset to 20 on the shot clock. Gives it out to Jordan Sears. Sears off of a screen. Stops. Looks. Top of the arc. Gives it off to Williams. Another deep 3. Another miss. Rebound is tipped and into the hands of LSU again.
And it's been Chest almost every time. One of the best offensive rebounders in the SEC. LSU's already got 8.
LSU getting the dribble drive from Jordan Sears. The handoff to Chest, and he throws it home, and the Tigers lead by 4 at 17-13. Driving, Holloway couldn't get the layup to go, but got fouled. He'll have 2 freebies when we come back to Coleman Coliseum. 11:01 of the game clock, first half. 17-13. LSU leading Alabama here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Producing championship quality lumber is not an easy process, but at Everwood Preserving, it's our only process. Wood treated right. Everwood offers top-notch pressure-treated wood for decks, outdoor structures, commercial jobs, and more that you can build your reputation on. When it comes to quality, we're on the winning team. Visit your local Everwood dealer today and discover the difference for yourself. Everwood Preserving Incorporated, the official lumber of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
I'm Coach Nate Oates, and this is the Ford F-150 Highlight Show. To stay on top, you got to keep raising your game, just like the 2024 Ford F-150, the smartest, most connected F-150 ever. Ford offers impressive technology to help you get the job done in the smartest way possible. For the latest offers on a Ford F-150, go to buyfordnow.com or visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsors of the Crimson Tide. Roll Tide!
Tom Stipe, Chris Stewart, Bryan, Passink back at Coleman Coliseum. Keep up with everything Alabama with the Alabama Crimson Tide mobile app presented by Cadence Bank. Download it now for free at the App Store and Google Play. Bama is down 4, 17-13 to LSU, 11:01 to go in the first half, making Evan Williams Bourbon part of your game day traditions is a slam dunk. Visit evanwilliams.com to find a bottle near you. Evan Williams, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky. Think wisely, drink wisely, and roll Tide. Didn't mean to leave out my buddy Roger Hoover, who's across the way in the Bama bench.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tom. And right now on the Bama bench, they are talking about rebounding is the big number for LSU. 8 offensive rebounds. That is a number Nate Oates does not want to see grow in the next stretch. And also, that last 4-minute stretch really didn't like what he saw on some of the blue-collar points in LSU's favor. So, again, Bryan, some things to work on for the Crimson Tide, and it really starts on the boards.
Yeah, it's been a dominant rebounding performance by LSU so far, and Corey Chest leading the way. He averages 7 rebounds a game, but he's already got 9 in the first 9 minutes of the game. He's got 7 points, 9 boards, and 6 of those coming on the offensive end. Alabama's got to clean up the defensive rebounding. Alabama's first shot defense has been pretty good. Unfortunately, there's been second and third chance opportunities for the Tigers, and they're taking advantage of it.
Alabama with 11:01 to go in this opening half. trailing by that 17-13 margin. Alabama so far being led by the 7 points of Chris Youngblood, who got this first Alabama start today. Phylon, Amori, Diabate with 2 each. LSU getting 7 from Chest, 3 each from Sears and Williams, and 2 each from Carter and Miller. Jaron Stevenson joining Mark Sears, Grant Nelson, Mo Diabate, and Aiden Holloway, the man who's at the free throw line. Alabama 2 of 4 from the stripe here in the early going. Holloway's first of 2 is up, and that one's perfect.
Aiden Holloway, maybe the hottest player in the SEC, shooting 64% from the field. That leads the conference in league games. 56% from the three-point line. And a perfect 10 for 10 from the free throw line.
That was a great pause on your part, partner.
I didn't want to jinx the man.
That's a good job.
He's been too good.
He's around 85% now on the year from the stripe as well. Bama back to within 2. LSU with the basketball. Collins handing it off to Jordan Sears in a 2-man game. Collins tough at Grant Nelson, able to lean in, got the shot to go despite the contact, and it's a 4-point lead again. Diabate going downhill, lays it up too strong, and the rebound controlled by LSU. Man, that freight train was coming down the track. I thought he was going to throw it home. LSU with the basketball up 4. Collins rises and fires from 15, shot at 14.5. Second chance opportunity for LSU. They can't do anything with it. Carter wide left. Here comes Mo. Look out behind you. Had it poked away from behind. And Bama will get it back. Wow.
Alabama fortunate right there. Cam Carter, one of the best three-point shooters in the SEC. Wasn't close. Alabama able to get the stop and get out in transition, something we have not seen enough of early in this game.
Carter, one of the best in the SEC, but he hit it well on that last attempt. I'll tell you that. He was about 2 feet off, thankfully. Diabate on the right wing throws a, nope, thought he was going to throw a bounce pass. Instead, he'll wait and give it off to Mark. Sears will drive baseline, gets underneath the basket, kicks it out to Holloway. Layup. Three-pointer, actually. A bank first three-pointer, but for Aiden, that is a layup.
The guy who leads the SEC in assists, and Mark Sears sets up the leading three-point shooter in the league in Aiden Holloway, and Alabama able to knock it down.
Bama 2 within 1. Tigers try to dump it inside, poked away initially, but it goes right to a Tiger. They miss. They'll get another rebound. That's Chess, and a foul on Nelson. Bama's a quarter step late, Bryan, on the defensive glass.
Yeah, didn't get the rebound, but they'll get possession because he was in great position to get it. Alabama fouls Chest, who has been dominant on the glass on both ends of the floor.
Well, that's tough. That's not on Nelson. That's on Diabate, and that's going to be his second. Would have been the first on Grant, but it's 2 on Mo. He'll check out of the game. 3 in the corner is up. It's no good. Weak side rebound by Youngblood thanks to a good box out by Sears on Chest. Now Youngblood driving from the left wing, goes downhill, lays it up, got it to go.
The strength of Chris Youngblood, able to size up the defender, and that's a couple of times he's finished with his left hand.
Tigers drive in, then work it to the outside. Collins for 3, no good. Rebounded by Sears. Bama ripping and running. Mark weaving downhill. Mark going to the rim, kicking into the corner. Stevenson 3.
Mark Sears once again setting up open teammates. Thought he had a chance to finish at the rim, kicks it out to a wide open Jared Stevenson in the corner, who knocks down another 3 for Bama.
Bama by 4. Here is Givens for LSU. Working inside the arc, gets into the paint, back out to Collins. Now to Givens off of a screen. He'll drive, he'll stop, he'll pivot, he'll look, he'll find a man near side in Bailey. 6 on the shot clock as Bailey goes top of the arc. 4, 3, Bailey driving at 2, stop, shoots it at 1, short, rebound fought for, scramble, and that's going to be a foul called on Alabama. Man, that is tough. You got everybody going after a loose ball, and they call a foul on the Tide.
Alabama can't block Corey Chest out right now, and the only times that they have been foul calls on him. Fortunately, Chest will check out of this game, but another offensive rebound in the category for LSU with a blockout foul against Alabama.
It's going to be on Youngblood, his first. It's the 6th on the Tide. 5 have been whistled on LSU. They'll inbound it into the corner, weaving through traffic. Carter stops at the elbow, fakes a couple of passes, then gives it to Gibbons for 3. That one's short. Rebound scrambled for. Finally, somebody gets a stick and kills it and picks it up for the Tide. Stevenson to Sears, left side Nelson. Grant backing his way down into the lane. Lost it because he got fouled. They'll whistle that one on Robert Miller, and that'll be the 6th on LSU.
Grant Nelson and Alabama guards have been able to penetrate and get to the rim, finishing, finding open teammates. This time it was Grant Nelson in transition, able to get downhill, lost the ball, but it was because of the foul, just one away from the bonus. Alabama will have to bring the ball in.
Youngblood to trigger it, gets it in the corner to Holloway. Aiden bringing it to the near wing, handing it off. Nelson back over to Youngblood right side. Youngblood working inside the paint, had it knocked away, picked up by LSU. Turnover by the Crimson Tide. Tigers hurrying it into the front court. It'll be Bailey going right, then flip gets Carter, deflected by Youngblood, but it gets batted back into possession of the Tigers. Driving Carter, stopping, shooting a fall away from 16 and getting it to go over the outstretched arm of Grant Nelson. 2-point Bam advantage. Here comes Sears the other way for the Tide. Mark with it right side, giving it off to Stevenson. Drives, dishes, back to Mark. Sears trying to work against the defender. Got clothesline, no whistle. That's terrible. He absolutely got mugged, and now LSU will come the other way. They work it far side, and stepping on the sideline is Cam Carter, so the math worked out a little bit right there. Timeout on the floor with 7:28 to go in the opening half. It's 23-21. Bama by a bucket over LSU on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
The Alabama Insider Podcast is the official podcast of Crimson Tide Athletics. Catch full episodes of Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show, Crimson Tide Rewind, Crimson Tide Today Daily Reports, plus full interviews from Crimson Tribe driven by NASCAR. Download and subscribe to the Alabama Insider Podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and all podcast platforms. Roll Tide with the Alabama Insider Podcast.
Convenience is the name of the game at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University. Located on Veterans Memorial Parkway, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University offers just the right amenities for a relaxing getaway or a productive business trip. The University of Alabama, Bryant-Denny Stadium, Coleman Coliseum, and the Bryan Conference Center are within 2 miles, making any visit to the Capstone convenient. Whatever you're visiting Tuscaloosa for, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University is the perfect hotel destination and a proud preferred hotel partner of the Crimson Tide.
7:28 to go in the first half. Bama's up 23-21 over LSU. While we got a chance, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Here's an important reminder to all Bama fans. Stay up to date with all recommended vaccinations. Flu season is here, so don't wait. Vaccinate. Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM to learn more. Across the way to Roger Hoover.
The Crimson Tide coaching staff encouraged defensively about what they saw in that last 4-minute stretch, only allowing 4 points to LSU. Now offensively, trying to make sure Alabama limits the turnovers. A lot of good things done offensively in that last stretch, but again, trying to clean up the turnovers is important. But again, effort on the boards, Bryan, is something they're going to talk about each and every report I probably give you the rest of the night.
Yeah, Alabama is doing a good job in terms of field goal percentage defense. The problem is too many offensive rebounds for LSU. Alabama shooting 53%, LSU shooting 32%. But one thing we talked a lot about in the Ole Miss game is the field goal attempts and the differentiation between those two. LSU has taken 25 shots. Alabama only 15. Now both have made 8, but if you could close out those defensive possessions, Alabama could get out and run. But right now, it's been Corey Chest who has dominated the class. He's averaging 7 rebounds a game, which is really good. One of the best offensive rebounders in the SEC. He's already got 12 with 7.5 minutes to play in the first half. Alabama's had no answers for Chest on the defensive glass.
Alabama breaks the huddle with Stevenson, Sears, Philon, Youngblood, and Amori. And the Tide will bring it. Back court to our right, now front court to our left. 7.5 to go before intermission. Bama with the ball up by 2. Stevenson on the left wing. Youngblood fighting free, putting up a 3 and knocking it home. And man, if I could shoot her like that, I'd fight to get open too.
Chris Youngblood and Aiden Holloway are playing with so much confidence. I thought Youngblood got fouled before he went into his shooting motion, but still was able to knock it down from deep.
Tigers throw it into the low post. Miller throws it back out now, near wing to Carter. He'll work inside the arc, throws a lob. Amori got a hand on it. Now the Tide will come the other way. Giving it ahead, Amori to Philon, spinning away from traffic, goes left, gets to the block, stops, looks back outside to Mark. Sears on the drive. He'll go to the rim, off the window. No, it rolled around and fell off, and here comes LSU the other way. 3-on-2 Tigers driving in, laying it up, and missing was Carter. Now a scramble, and LSU saves it. Miller almost tied up at center court, picks up the dribble and gives it off to Givens.
And the 12th offensive rebound for LSU to just 3 for Alabama.
On the drive, right side, Givens. Tie up, great job, Mark Sears. Arrow will favor LSU, but Mark Sears, boy, his strength really on display right there.
Well, he's one of the most improved defenders on this Alabama team. Able to move his feet, tie up the offensive player. Looked like LSU was in good position to finish at the rim, but Mark makes a great defensive play. LSU will get it back with just 6 on the shot clock.
6 to shoot, 6:13 to play. First half, Bama up 25-21. Tigers get it in, work it near wing Williams. Now back out they go to Jordan Sears. 2 seconds, 1, he lets fly from just inside midcourt, missed the world, out of bounds, turnover to the Crimson Tide.
You and I realized there were 6 on the shot clock. I don't know that anybody in purple and gold realized it. Mac McMahon yelling at Sears, Jordan Sears, before he had to hoist one up from just inside half court.
Philon to Holloway. Holloway still with the dribble alive, working away from a double team to Philon. Now left side Amori. Clifford to Aiden. 3. Little off left side. Rebound fought for, knocked out of bounds by the Tigers.
That's a great job by Jaron Stevenson, who was attacking the offensive glass even though he didn't have a great shot at it. It forced LSU to knock it out of bounds, and Alabama with a rare second chance opportunity, something they've done with regularity this year.
Lob on the inbounds. Amori goes in, lays it up for 2. That's a great job of getting himself set with the catch first before going back up to get the bucket.
It was smart of him to not attempt an alley-oop type play, which I thought he was going to do initially. He comes down, gathers himself, and finishes with an easy layup.
They'll work left side with their Sears to Williams now. Back to Jordan Sears of LSU. To Robert Miller, hands it back off to Mike Williams. Williams to the wing, now to Sears up top. Sears on the drive, gets into the paint, tough layup off the window, and got it to go around Philon. 5:10 to go in the half. It's Bama by 4. Here's Holloway left side for the Tide. Holloway trying to drive into the paint. Stops, lost the handle. Scramble on the deck, loose ball. Williams had it. Now another scramble. Ball still on the deck, picked up by LSU. They'll bring it front court with Jordan Sears. He'll let traffic go by. Now works to the top of the arc. His 3 is up. It's no good. Rebound by Holloway, but he was fouled from behind by Jai Bailey.
I want to give credit to Aiden Holloway for a great block out, but he just went towards the ball. Alabama hasn't done a great job of blocking out, but fortunately, Bailey bumps into Holloway, who'll go to the line for a 1-and-1. I believe that's the 8th team foul on LSU. Not to the double bonus, but it'll be shots coming up for Aiden.
Amori will check out along with Jaron Stevenson. Here comes Aiden Sherrill in for Alabama. And let's see, is it Grant Nelson who's checked back in as well? I believe so. Holloway going to the stripe, where he's made a couple so far. 1 plus the bonus here, is that 17 fouls on LSU. The next one on Bama would be the Tide 7th. Free throw up and good. One more upcoming.
Aiden Holloway now with 6 in the game. Chris Youngblood still leading all scores. He's got 11. Well, he's played well in his first Alabama start.
Holloway hits them both. And he gives the Tide a 29-23 lead. 4:47 moving. Time left, first half here at Coleman Coliseum in Tuscaloosa. The third-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide and the LSU Tigers squaring off. Tigers work it to Corey Chest, who's back in. He'll drive in, got fouled by Sherrill. And it'll be 2 shots upcoming for Chest.
Corey Chest, a redshirt freshman, has been so good in this game. Aggressive on the offensive end, especially on the glass. He'll have a chance to add to his 7 points, but already 12 rebounds, and most of those coming on the offensive end.
Young man who's out of New Orleans. Basically homegrown product. Second attempt upcoming. And that one rims out no good. Rebounded by Youngblood. Chris will throw it ahead to Nelson. Grant turned and had a defender in his face. That's Williams with a steal. Drives in, reverse layup, no. Tip follow would not go for Chest, but Bama fouled him again. It was Nelson who commits the foul there.
And that'll be a turnover on Grant Nelson, but really a mistake by Chris Youngblood. You had Mark Sears on the right side, Grant Nelson on the left side. He didn't have a chance to come down. The defender was right there, deflects it, starts the break for LSU, and another second chance opportunity for Chest, who gets back to the line.
Youngblood tapping himself on the chest, telling his teammates, my fault. The veteran knew he made the mistake right there. Probably about the time it left his hand. I don't think he saw the defender playing free safety in essence there. Kind of lurking in the weeds. Chest made the first free throw. The second one is up, and it is good. And it's 29-26. We've got 4:25 and ticking. Time left, first half here at Coleman Coliseum. The lead favoring Bama, the pace favoring the Tigers thus far. Sherrill lets a cutter go by for the Crimson Tide. Sees another one go by and now gives it off to Holloway. Holloway playing off a screen from Sherrill, goes right, weaves through traffic, kicks it back out. Youngblood had his shot attempt blocked, and driving the other way is Green, and he will throw it down. Trades Green with a great athletic move on the block of the 3 from Youngblood, and then the dunk on the other end to make this a 1-point game. Here's Holloway on the drive, getting into the paint, kicking into the corner. Nelson, he'll drive to the rim, and he'll throw it home.
What a play by Grant Nelson. I thought he should have taken the 3, but had a little bit of a lane towards the baseline, goes up and throws it down.
Bounce pass goes inside Collins. Left-hand layup is good. He got fouled, and it'll be a potential game-tying free throw when we come back to Tuscaloosa for LSU. 3:27 to go in the half, 31-30 at the moment in favor of Alabama. Here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey there, Bob Baumhauer again. Baumhauer's Victory Grill is extremely proud to have recently received numerous awards, including being voted Best Wings in the state of Alabama. Other awards received include Best All-Around Restaurant, Best American Restaurant, #1 Sports Bar, Best Chef, Best Wings, and Best Dining Experience. Thank you for 43 legendary years, and we look forward to providing you an award-winning dining experience at every visit. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Alabama Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Texaco with Techron is proud to sponsor tonight's game. Trust your car to the star, as Texaco with Techron gives you unbeatable mileage for all your travels off the court. Bama's up 1, 31-30 over LSU, 3:27 to go. To go in the first half. Stay with us at the half for the Toyota halftime report with first half stats, scores around the conference, and a quick chat with Coach Nadoch presented by Cook's Pest Control. And conducting that chat across the way will be Roger Hoover.
Yeah, all the conversation about defense for the Crimson Tide and making sure Alabama finishes this first half with 3:27 still to go the right way, holding on to a 1-point lead. So again, find a way to, as Coach Adams put it, 5 points or less in this upcoming stretch is going to be really important. So this coaching staff continuing to preach defense, Bryan, after LSU had a very good stretch just a moment ago.
Yeah, Alabama struggling closing out defensive possessions. It's been a dominant rebounding performance for LSU. They've got 13 offensive rebounds to just 4 for Alabama. 10 second chance points. Also 13 points off turnovers for LSU. So that was a recipe for success for Ole Miss in the game about a week and a half ago, where Alabama dropped one at home. LSU following that same recipe, and it's been Corey Chest dominating the glass in this one. He's already got 13 rebounds, the double-double with 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Corey Chest has been so good. So is LSU, and we talked about it before the game. This is a team that's very capable of coming in and beating some of the best teams in this league. And even though they're just 1-4 in SEC play, they've had a full week off to prepare, didn't have a midweek game, and they've come in here fresh and hungry and confident, and they're playing well. Alabama's got to do a better job on both ends of the floor. It starts defensively. Alabama, the leading scoring team in the country, can't get their break going because they're not getting stops with consistency. They can get it going on the defensive end. The offense should start to flow as well.
Holloway, Philon, Sears, Diabate, and Nelson, the 5 on the floor for Alabama. Mo has not played many minutes, but he's got a couple of fouls, unfortunately. Let's see if that lessens his aggressiveness at all in the final 3:27 of this first half. Collins shooting the and one and tying the score at 31 with 3.5 minutes to play. First half action. Coleman Coliseum in Tuscaloosa, number 3 Bama and LSU. Sears driving to the left block, kicking it out to Philon. To Mo, who drives past the defender, goes to the rack, missed the layup. Oh, a tough miss right there as the Tigers come the other direction. Diabate, 2 points in this one. He's only 1 of 3 from the field. A couple missed right at the rim. Jordan Sears from the drive, took it right at Mo, who couldn't guard him too tightly, and able to take advantage and get the bucket to give LSU the 33-31 advantage. Sears front court for Alabama, working against Jordan Sears. Now Philon, and they're going to call a push on LSU. The Tigers wanted a moving screen on Diabate, but instead the push was called on Trades Green.
Some missed opportunities in this game for Alabama. Go back to the last offensive possession. Great move by Mo Diabate, not able to finish through traffic. And this LSU team, one of the better shot blocking teams in the SEC. They're athletic, aggressive around the basket, and Alabama not having success finishing at the rim.
We have a technical call there on top of it, or they discuss it.
Plays under further review.
They're going to review it to see if there was an intentional or a flagrant foul, I should say. This play's under review. It's brought to you by Bromberg's, Alabama's oldest and most trusted jeweler. Bryan, did you see anything?
I didn't.
There, I didn't either.
Yeah, it didn't have a great angle, but it will at worst be Mo Diabate going to the line for 1-and-1, but
let's see what
after review, the call on the foul is confirmed. Common foul.
Common foul, according to Owen Short. He's the crew chief for tonight's game, working alongside Chuck Jones and Lucas Santos. And so it'll be a common foul and 1 plus the bonus for Mohamed Diabate as Alabama goes back to the free throw line where they're 8 of 10 so far. Check that, LSU is 8 of 10. Bama is 6 of 8. $18 fouls on the Tigers, 9 on the Tide. The lefty from Queens, New York, Mohamed Diabate. Can't get that one to go. Tough shooting night early for him, as that one rattles out no good. 33-31 LSU at the moment. 2.5 to go before halftime. Williams with the basketball. Giving it off to Sears. Now right side, they'll work it to Collins. Collins back to Sears. Back to Chest at the elbow. Chest working against Diabate. Goes right at his chest. Couldn't get the shot to go, and the rebound is run down by Mark Sears. Ahead to Philon. Back to Mark. Nice move. Gets into the lane. Wrap around past him. Oh, pump fake shot. Buckle is good.
Nice job by Mark Sears getting in the lane. He and LeBaron Philon aggressive on the offensive end. Alabama got the stop, got out in transition. The result, an easy lay-in for Mo Diabate.
Big sequence. That could have been Mo's third under the bucket. Instead, he gets a bucket on the other end. Williams will let fly for 3. It's no good. Rebounded by Mo, and he'll push it. Working ahead, gives it off to Sears, and that's going to be a transition foul on LSU.
And not sure that Nate Oates even wanted that foul. Alabama had a 3-on-1. That break, that's a break for LSU. It'll send Mo Diabate for to the line for a 1-and-1, the 19th foul against LSU. But back-to-back stops for Alabama, getting out in transition. What they need to do to get on track in this game, they've done the last couple of possessions.
I asked the question if maybe it would affect Mo's energy and aggressiveness. The answer is absolutely not. He's been involved in everything since coming on the floor, and hits the first free throw right there. That layup hopefully got him going.
But when you're in foul trouble, if your aggressiveness is taken away and you play with hesitation, you're more likely to get in foul trouble. You just got to be smart with it, which Mo has been the last couple of possessions.
1:46 to go in the half. Trying to give the Tide a 2-point lead is Diabate. And he does. Perfect on both tries. And let's see if he comes out here. He does. And Stevenson will replace him. Bought 2 minutes on the floor with him. And they were a couple of good minutes for Nate Oates and the Tide, as Mo will head to the bench with those 2 fouls. We'll also see LSU change, getting Green out and bringing Jai Bailey back in. 35-33 Alabama with 1:44 and moving. Time left first half. LSU's Jordan Sears brings it front court. He plays off the screen, stops at the elbow extended, gives it off to Carter out high. Carter working at the top of the arc, had it poked away, got it back. Backing down on Aiden Holloway, tough leaner, and got it to go off the window with a lot of English. Bama runs the other way in a hurry. Stevenson on the drive, spins away from a defender, out to Philon, open 3.
Great job by Jaron Stevenson. Took his time, got it in the post. The defense converged. LeBaron Philon all by himself at the top of the key, able to step into it and knock it down.
We were tied briefly at 35. Now Bama up 38-35 after another bank first. 3-pointer for the Crimson Tide. Philon knocking down that one. The Tide 4 of 11 from bank first, 3-point range. They throw a lob underneath, a nice pass from Sears to Collins, and he flushes it home to pull the Tigers to within 1. But Sears runs the other way, working from the wing, gets into the paint, lost it, put it up, got knocked to the deck, no whistle. Scramble, LSU basketball, bodies flying everywhere. Carter throws a lob. Collins catches it, but can't do anything with it. Out to Sears, he shoots a 3 and makes it. 27 seconds to go in the half. LSU up 40-38. Bama gets it front court with Philon.
Sears for 3 usually is in our favor, but this time it was Jordan Sears for LSU.
Nate Oates with the use it or lose it timeout. We'll get Youngblood in. Shot clock is dark. Game clock is at 17.1. Bama trailing at the moment 40-38 right here.
LSU still under 40% for the game, but they're heating up here late in the first half. 3 straight made field goals, 6 for their last 8. Alabama's throughout this game, with the exception of the last few minutes. Done a good job with field goal percentage defense. It's been the offensive rebounding of LSU, but they gained confidence as a result. We thought they would come in with a week off of midweek. They're not playing the midweek game, that they would be fresh and play well in this game. They absolutely have, and they've gained confidence here on the road against the number 4 team in the country.
You mentioned it. The Tigers 15 of 38 from the field, 2 of 14 from 3. Alabama's 4 of 11 from bank first three-point range. 13 of 25, though, from the field. Made as many free throws as LSU has, but it's the Tide down by a bucket with 17 seconds to go. We should get the last shot, though, as Youngblood has checked in and will inbound at side court. Sears with the ball now. Mark getting it center of the floor. 11, 10, 9 to play in the half. Nelson, high post, 7.6. Looking, driving, got tripped on his way to the rim, and I know that was because he had Jaron Stevenson wide open underneath and missed him.
Yeah, you had Chris Youngblood coming off a down screen, and 2 LSU defenders reacted. Jaron Stevenson all by himself, and Grant Nelson saw it a split second too late. He was right not to throw it when he actually saw it. Ends up driving the lane, going to the line. It'll be a 2-shot foul. LSU with their 10th team foul with 3.2 to play. Alabama had the right look, got exactly what they wanted, just not quite able to execute. If they would have had an easy lay-in.
Grant Nelson shooting a pair for Alabama. First one's up and good. The second one would allow Bama to tie it. We'll see Amori, Sherrill, and Philon come in. Youngblood, Holloway, and Sears will all sit down for Alabama. Or did Bama make a mistake on the substitution? Nope, Youngblood just didn't get the memo. So Chris heads to the bench as well. Nelson trying to tie it at 40. Does. 3.2 to go, and LSU will use a timeout right here to make sure they get what they want this final possession. Overall, Brian, your thoughts on where we are right now?
Well, it's the difference for LSU has been rebounding the ball, even though they've gotten hot late, making 6 out of their last 8 going into halftime. They have been dominant on the glass, and it's been Corey Chest. He's already got a double-double. 15 first-half rebounds for the redshirt freshman. 6'8", 220 from New Orleans, and he's been a one-man show on the glass. Alabama's not been able to close out defensive possessions. The few times they've had, they've been able to get out and run, get open looks from 3. Alabama's offensive numbers, 52% in the first half. Not bad at all, but 13 more field goal attempts for LSU because of their offensive rebounding.
Collins to inbound it for the baseline with Nelson face guarding him. He'll run the baseline. They throw it away. Picked up Philon. 2 seconds. 1. Lets it fly for 3. It's no good. And the half ends with Alabama and LSU tied at 40. Bama got what they wanted defensively, almost got what they wanted offensively. Roger Hoover catching up with Coach.
Coach, your thoughts on the first half?
Defensive rebounding is killing us, and then our turnovers. So, that's been an issue with us multiple times throughout the year. We got to move the ball better. We got to quit making bad reads. They're stripping us in there. I think we got 9 turnovers, 10 or 8. I just got the stats. 8 turnovers. That block shot, though, may as well count that as a turnover. So turnovers, second chance points. It's been a disaster for us so far.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Roger. Thank you to Cook's Pest Control, which gives Pest the full court press. Call Cook's today to protect your home and business from pest and termites. 40-40. Our halftime score here in Tuscaloosa. Alabama and LSU on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime, but The game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for T-Town. The University of Alabama Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big roll tide, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tide pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek Wetumpka, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek Wetumpka. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Ever wondered what a 30-foot tall pistachio looks like? A giant redwood or Big Sur? Chevron with Techron will be there to help you see them and tons of other places you have to see to believe. Because with unbeatable mileage and a clean engine, cars feel great. So next time you want to fill up on a little adventure, an awkward family photo, or a new commute to work, make sure to fill up at Chevron's along the way. Your car and your memories will thank you. Chevron with Techron, fueled by possibility.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota. Let's go places. Lease a new 2024 Toyota Tacoma SR5 for $379 a month for 39 months. Offer valid through February 3rd, 2025. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. $36.78 due at signing. No security deposit with select equipment. $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Crimson Tide Basketball is brought to you by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Barkley Buick GMC, where Barkley makes it easy. Auto Owners Insurance. Visit rolltide.com/auto owners to partner with an independent Alabama agent. Cook's Pest Control. Cook's, the South's most trusted name in pest control and proud sponsor of Alabama basketball. And by the Soup Store, the best place in town to get all your Alabama gear. Welcome to the Toyota Halftime Report. Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota. Let's go places.
Halftime in Tuscaloosa. It's the Alabama Crimson Tide and the LSU Tigers all even at 40. Roger Hoover, glad to welcome you to the Toyota Halftime Report. Visit your local Toyota dealer or explore Toyota.com today and take advantage of the amazing deals on our full line of vehicles. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places. Again, an even score at halftime. Alabama and LSU tied at 40. First time in the starting lineup for Chris Youngblood, and he's got 11 points to lead the way for the Crimson Tide at the break, followed by 7 points from Aiden Holloway, 6 points from Muhammad Diabate, 4 points each from Grant Nelson and Clifford Amori. Jared Stevenson with 3 points. Mark Sears has not scored so far in this game. Sears 0 for 5 from the floor and 0 for 2 from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, the LSU Tigers led by Corey Chest as well as Jordan Sears, both with 10 points each, leading LSU in the first half. Those two combining for half of LSU's 40 points in the first half. Again, our score at halftime, it's Alabama and LSU tied at 40. We'll continue with more of the Toyota Halftime Report next. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
You can find all Crimson Tide Sports Network video content online on the CTSN YouTube page. It's the home of the live Courtside Cam, episodes of Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR, plus Hey Coach. Our YouTube shorts will deliver thrilling Alabama radio highlights, plus interview clips from Alabama student athletes and coaches that you can't miss. Subscribe to the Crimson Tide Sports Network on YouTube for the very latest on the Alabama Crimson Tide.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
When the game goes into overtime, but the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Tired of being just another patient at your chain pharmacy? Make the switch to Payless Drugs. With 5 convenient locations in Bessemer, Birmingham, Fairfield, Morris, and Springfield, our knowledgeable team can provide personalized medication reviews and supplement recommendations, deliver medications to your door, and more. Visit mypaylessdrugs.com to transfer today. We're just what the doctor ordered.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Alabama. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
This is Tom Stipe with the Alabama Power Scoreboard Update. Halftime from Coleman, Bama, and LSU are tied at 40. Couple games in progress besides ours. Auburn at home leads Tennessee 20-16. That game 2 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the first half. Halftime score in Fayetteville, Arkansas is trailing Oklahoma 35-31. For comprehensive coverage of college basketball, tune into SiriusXM SEC Radio Channel 374 in your car and on the all-new SiriusXM app. So listen anywhere with SiriusXM. It's the home of your favorite team. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/SEC Radio 2025. We'll take a look at team stats next. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek, Wetumpka, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek, Wetumpka. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Favorite jeans, favorite shirt. Got Connecticut sausage and I'm firing it up. Yeah, everybody knows how I get my grill on. You can smell that flavor up and down the road. It's a little taste of heaven, and everybody knows. That's how I get my grill on. Connecticut sausage. It's just a little taste of heaven.
I'm John Miller. And I'm Kobe Prentice. Make sure you and your family are up to date this summer on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory disease.
Vaccinations against these viruses are important for everyone, especially those at a higher risk of developing serious complications, including older Americans and those with certain medical conditions.
So don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM today. Stay safe and roll tide.
I'm Coach Nate Oates, and this is the Ford F-Series Highlight Show. Talk about an outstanding lineup. Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty deliver impressive power and game-changing capability. That's why I'm a fan of Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 47 consecutive years. For the latest offers on a Ford truck, go to buyfordnow.com or visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. Roll Tide.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY industry reported total sales.
Bama runs the other way in a hurry. Stevenson on the drive. Spins away from a defender. Out to Phylon. Open three.
Bama and LSU tied at 40, and the sounds of the game are presented by Beatbox. The original party punch with 9 delicious flavors, non-carbonated and resealable. Be the MVP of your game day tailgate with Beatbox. Halftime stats: shooting percentage, Bama 52% overall, 36 from bank first three-land, 8 of 13 for the foul line. For LSU, 39% overall, 14 from outside the arc, and 8 of 10 from the stripe. Team rebounding, LSU leads at 23-16. Turnovers, Bama with 8. Tigers with 5. Again at the half, Bama and LSU are tied at 40. And that does it for the Toyota halftime report. Second half's coming right up. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer last year and had chemo and radiation at DCH's Lewis and Faye Madison Cancer Center. I'm thankful for the support of my nurse Kate, my breast navigator Katrina, my doctors, and the whole staff. I have felt confident like I was the most important person there, before, during, and after. Tuscaloosa is blessed to have such an excellent team at the Madison Cancer Center.
Great things are happening at DCH.
Crimson Tide fans, this season don't lose out on your home comfort. Brown Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics and has been delivering the highest standards in home comfort across Birmingham for over 60 years. If you're looking for a great team and elite service from a quality company that cares, you can't miss with Brown in Birmingham. Score big this year with Brown Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Visit brownheatingandcooling.com/specials to save on your next service. Roll Tide!
Hey Bama fans, this is Roger Hoover. Each Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, join us live for Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. This live streaming talk show features the latest on Alabama athletics with exclusive conversations with Tide student athletes, coaches, and media members giving their perspective on the Crimson Tide. You can watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X, with all conversations archived as well on the Alabama Insider podcast. Roll Tide with Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR.
At Red Diamond, we know that there's simply nothing better than the perfect sip of fresh brewed iced tea. And we've been working hard to make sure choosing Red Diamond is always easy, with only simple ingredients: water, tea leaves, and pure cane sugar, or no sugar. We make sure our tea tastes like, well, tea. Stop by your local cooler and pick up a gallon for a perfect sip today. Red Diamond. Perfect's not easy.
This has been the Toyota Halftime Report. Visit your local Toyota dealers or explore Toyota.com today. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places.
We are closing in on the second half. Bama and LSU tied at 40. Let's look forward to the second half. It's presented by Citgo. The Crimson Tide runs harder. Try clean gasoline from Citgo BP. Need to run a little harder.
Yeah, Alabama needs to rebound, getting dominated on the glass. Here in the first half, LSU is a good offensive rebounding team, but they've been dominant here the first 20 minutes. Corey Chess with a double-double, 10 points, 15 rebounds. He averages 7 rebounds a game. He's got 15, already 9 offensive boards. Alabama shooting 50%, and LSU only 39%, but it's been 12 more field goal attempts for LSU because Alabama's turning it over. They're not rebounding the ball on the offensive end or the defensive end the way they typically do. This was the recipe for disaster against Ole Miss about a week and a half ago, and LSU is following that same script, and it's a big reason why we're tied at the half.
Hopeful that Bama will take better advantage of getting first possession in half number 2 against this LSU squad than they did against Ole Miss. You may remember Bama was up 36-32 in in that particular game got the ball first and almost immediately turned it over. And things really went downhill from there. It'd be nice to start with some momentum, and Nate Oates is going with a smaller lineup. It's going to be Youngblood, Diabate, Stevenson, Nelson, Holloway as the 5 on the floor. He is not starting Mark Sears in the second half. Do you see Mark out there?
Yeah, he's on the Alabama bench.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see him at first.
Mark scoreless in the first half. And 0 for 5 with 3 boards, 3 assists, 2 turnovers. Bama with the basketball first. It's Nelson on the right wing, driving into the paint. Tough shot, got it to go over the defender Collins. He let it go so quick, Collins never knew it was coming.
Yeah, Grant Nelson with a slow first half as well, but got 2 free throws late. A quick field goal to get things started. Hopefully that gets Grant going here in the second half.
Jordan Sears with the basketball for LSU. Goes left side with it, Collins. Collins back up top to Sears for the Tigers. Sears with the dribble to the right side. Goes down the lane. Throws a pass into the chest of a Bama player. Deflected. Stolen by Diabate. Gives it off to Holloway far side. Aiden lets the defender go by, then brings it back to the wing. Holloway with the dribble as the Tide leads it 42-40. Holloway trying to survey things, gives it over. Youngblood, 3, way short. Long rebound, fought for, and Chris claims his own miss. Tries it again from Bryan. No good, this time off the right side of the rim. And Chest clears it for LSU. They run the other direction with Carter, who goes all the way to the bucket and scores.
Had the quickness advantage on Grant Nelson, went right by him. There was no help defense and the easy layup as a result.
Stevenson lost it, but into the hands of Nelson. Pump fake twice, shot, missed it. Rebound fought for and claimed by LSU. Tigers with a chance to take the lead again with 18.5 remaining. Driving downhill, Carter. Leaner blocked by Youngblood. Into the hands of Holloway, and we got numbers. 5 on 4. Holloway top of the arc. Right side gets a return pass. Lets it fly.
The offense didn't see enough of that in the first half. Just a dribble handoff move in transition. Grant Nelson with the handoff, a little bit of a screen. Aiden Holloway all alone knocks it down.
Sears working against Holloway for the Tigers. Goes to the left side, throws it back right of the circle. Now to Collins, top of the arc. His 3's no good. Rebounded by Stevenson, and Bama will push it. Here's Holloway again. Aiden surveying the floor. To Stevenson, back to Aiden, back over to Nelson on the left wing. 18 to shoot. Nelson going down the lane, stepping through, had it stripped and stolen. Here come the Tigers with numbers. They throw a lob, and the flush by Chest makes it a 1-point game again. 45-44. Alabama leading LSU by 1, and we've got a stoppage in play. I think we got an LSU player that's hobbled a little bit, or maybe took a shot to the chin. It's Collins who's saying he needs some help. He's going to come off the floor, and their trainer will attend to him. And that allowed Bama to make a change and get Clifford Amori on the floor in place of Grant Nelson.
After the turnover, Grant Nelson aggressive, going to the basket, got it stripped, but nobody got back on defense. LSU, not nearly as fast a paced team as Alabama, taking advantage of Alabama's slow transition defense, end up with an easy dunk.
Well, they didn't make a change. They just stopped the bleeding briefly on Collins' chin, and he will stay in the ball game. So Holloway at the point for the Crimson Tide, bringing it front court. Playing off of the screen from Youngblood. Throws it all the way over to Amori. Now to Youngblood right wing. Back up top they go to Mo. Back to Youngblood. He'll dribble right behind the back with a dribble. Almost had it stolen to Diabate. Driving to the rim and lays it in for 2. He got a touch pass from Amori. And then Mo went right on by, went to the rack, laid it in for 2, and Bama leads by 3.
Nobody stopped the ball. Mo kept coming. Ends up with an easy layup.
Tigers with it. Sears to Chest up top. He'll work against Youngblood. Chest into the chest of Youngblood. Back into the corner they go to Collins. Now onto the wing Carter. He'll drive. He's cut off by Cliff. Throws it way out high to Bailey. Bailey working against Mo. 2 to shoot, 1 to shoot, puts it up at the buzzer and got it to go. They bled the entire clock unintentionally because of the great defense by Bama, but they get the bucket anyway and cut it back to 1. Holloway off the screen, lets it fly, no good. Rebound claimed by the Tigers. It's Bailey, work to get ahead to Carter. Carter trying to run to the rack, and he does lay it up, and LSU goes back up by 1. 48-47 Tigers. Now Mo is cut off, but there's a blocking foul on LSU and Corey Chest.
Alabama's not doing a good enough job getting back in transition defense. Cam Carter, who's been quiet in this game, one of the top 5 scorers in the SEC, got loose in transition. You don't want to let a guy like that get going. LSU is playing very well in this game, especially on the boards, but Cam Carter's a guy that can put them on his back and ends up with an easy layup here early in the second half.
Diabate with the ball on the wing, and there's going to be a foul whistle on LSU. Trying to keep Holloway from cutting through on that play. They'll whistle it on Curtis Givens III, and that'll be his first personal. Team foul the second this half on the Tigers. None have been whistled on Bama thus far. Youngblood to inbound it from the baseline. Looking to get it in, throws it up in the flush from Big Cliff.
The screen was set by the smallest man on the court, Aiden Holloway. Beautiful pass. Cliff goes up high and throws it down.
Sometimes you don't need a wall, you just need a speed bump, and that's what we got with Holloway setting the screen, and now it's LSU with the ball, down by 1. Bama with a 49-48 lead. It's Carter handing it off on the left wing to Fountain. Fountain feeds it off to Givens. Givens weaving through traffic, pulls up for 15, no good. Rebounded Diabate, and now Holloway will push it ahead. Aiden into the front court to Mo, back to Aiden to the top of the arc. Weaves inside, gives it to Mo, cutting in, had it stripped. Scramble on the deck, loose ball, turning over is LSU and coming out with it. They've got a 3-on-2. They throw it left side. Allens for the flush, what a play. Ooh, he elevated and ripped that one down, and the Tigers go up 50-49 with 15:15 remaining. Holloway on the drive, stepping back, letting it fly from deep and knocking home another bank first three-pointer. Aiden Holloway now with 13 points, and Bama leads it 52-50, and then the defense on the other end from Jaron Stevenson forcing an LSU turnover. Timeout on the floor. 15:02 to go in this one. What a ball game between number 3 Alabama and unranked LSU. The Tide leads at 52-50 here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime, but the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Texaco and Techron is proud to sponsor tonight's game. Trust your car to the star as Texaco and Techron gives you unbeatable mileage for all of your travels off the court. Bama's up 52-50, 15:02 to go in the ball game. The unexpected happens every day. When it does, head to Kohl's and Kohl's.com for everything your family needs. Kohl's, where families come first. except for when Roger Hoover comes first.
Oh, right now in the Alabama huddle, the first man to get congratulated was Jaron Stevenson for the effort he was giving both ends of the floor just a moment ago for the Crimson Tide, so that was certainly good to see. All the talk is really about in transition, taking care of the ball if you're Alabama, moving with the ball in transition, then watching out for LSU in transition as well. Obviously, that big dunk a moment ago, a concern for the coaching staff, but the transition game, Bryan, is going to be critical moving forward.
Yeah, Alabama needs to defend, get stops, rebound the ball, and when LSU is out running, they're not a team that's going to run like Alabama, but they are situational. They'll take advantage if you don't get back, and Alabama has been a little slow with their transition defense, not anticipating LSU to run, and the start here in the second half has been a good one for LSU offensively. They're 5 for 8 from the field. A lot of that, most of that, have been right at the rim in transition. But fortunately, Aiden Holloway getting going here in the second half. He's got 13 points, 3 for 5 from the field. All his field goal attempts have been from the three-point line. He's also 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Leads Alabama with 13 points. Chris Youngblood with 11. And Mark Sears still on the Alabama bench, did to start the second half, and he is still over there, not sure. It doesn't look like there's an injury situation, at least judging from body language. He's over there with his teammates.
You know, he's 0 for 5 in the first half, and wouldn't be shocked if he didn't say stay with the hot hand, because he's done that before. Nelson with the basketball, backing his way down, gets into the paint, spins, looks, needs help, bounce pass to the cutter, Phylon off the window and in. Boy, his strength for a little man is so impressive. Not that little, I know, at 6'4", but he's not that heavy.
Yeah, but he's strong and he's tough and was able to finish through contact, showing you that toughness.
Tigers with the basketball. Givens working off the screen, gets into the paint. Saw Cliff there, threw up a shot, got bailed out on the whistle. Cliff thought he had a clean block. Chuck Jones is the man with the whistle. He disagreed. And so it will be personal number 2, I believe, on Cliff. Check that, it's his first. No, I did have it right. It is 2 on Cliff. And it will be Givens going to the line to shoot 2 for LSU. Bama on top, 54-50. 14 minutes, 26 seconds left to play at the moment. First and 2 up for the Tigers, and he got the friendly roll. Givens hit the left side of the rim, the window, the right side of the rim, and then it settled through the net.
LSU 9 for 11 from the free throw line. Best free throw shooting team in the SEC and conference games. And it worked.
He missed the second in the rebound by Cliff, and Bama brings it ahead. Grant nearly lost it, but now has it under control. Drives to his right, picks up the dribble, pivots, needs help, and still needs help. Now hands it off the byline. LeBaron on the near wing. Gives it outside, Holloway. He'll play off a screen. He'll drive in, little teardrop. Rolls off, no good. Cliff snatches it out of the air and lays it in for 2. Oh, the big dog got that one. Snatched the biscuit out of the box and laid it in for 2. Givens throws it, deflected, out of bounds. Turnover, Tigers. Bama forcing that one and doing a great job right now on both ends.
Great job by Aiden Holloway and Chris Youngblood. Got the deflection, goes off LSU, and even though Holloway missed the floater, good things happen when you get in the lane. Aiden Holloway able to get past his man. The help defense came. Cliff Amore was all by himself. Nobody blocked him out.
13:50 to go. Bama by 5. Driving in. Phylon. Off-balance shot, no good. Rebound claimed by the Tigers. And we got a foul called on Phylon as he accidentally popped Derek Fountain in the face while he was trying to reach for the loose ball. So a foul on Phylon. He'll check out of the game.
LeBaron a little frustrated with himself for not making that shot. It's one he normally makes. Got in the lane and put on the brakes as he was going into his shooting motion. Not able to knock down the 2-footer. Tries to get the offensive rebound and gets called for the foul.
13:40 and moving, time left. Bama up by 5. LSU with the basketball. Tigers working right side with Sears, flipping it back out. to Carter. Carter back to Sears on the right wing. He'll direct traffic, calls for clear out on the right side, steps back, shoots a three. It rolls off no good, and Cliff grabs another rebound for Alabama. Amori with his 5th rebound of the game. Holloway spinning away from traffic, gets underneath, reverse layup attempt is blocked, and the Tigers come the other direction. Here comes Carter front court, floats to the left wing, then gives it up to Sears, top of the arc. Hands it off right side to Corey Chest. Now to Carter. Carter surveying the floor, looking to his right, now dribbling to his left. Now going back right again, goes downhill, shot up and over the window around both Sears and Amori. Or excuse me, Nelson and Amori of Alabama. It's Grant with the basketball, dribbling right, going to the rim, puts it up left-handed, got it to go. What a move.
He was on the right side, but the only way he could finish was switching it back to his left hand. Really good defense, better offense by Grant Nelson.
58-53, Bama by 5. Chest with it for LSU. Dribbles left, and a pass deflected. Stolen away, Holloway. Holloway on the drive, hesitates, goes down the lane. Shot up, blocked, basket interference.
Well, first, it should have been an and one. I don't know that it was basket interference. I thought it was too low, but what they missed was the foul. They'll go back and look at it. At first glance, I think it was below the cylinder unless it hit the backboard first, but a clear foul that they missed, that they won't review. They will review the potential for, they called it on the floor, basket interference. At the next media, the under 12 media timeout, they're going to go and look at it. I'm not sure that one's going to count.
I thought it hit the window.
And I hope you're right. If it did, then it will count. But it was below the rim, it looked like to me.
Definitely. Inside, they'll work it, and then Collins will fire it out onto the right wing. It's Carter trying a three and hitting it, and it's back to a 4-point game again, 60-56. Here's Philon, front court for Alabama. Weaving through traffic, kicks it in the corner. Nelson all alone. Grant starting to get it going inside and out. And with 11:45 to play, Bama again leads by 7 in the crowd. Getting to life again here at Coleman. On your feet, everybody, let's go. Right of the circle, Sears for LSU. Inside Collins, puts it up from 8, rolls off no. Cliff clears it. He's wanting every one of them now. Here comes Holloway, front court. Aiden working off a screen. Circles away, let it fly, baby. Too strong in the rebound, controlled by LSU. Tigers working ahead on the drive. Chest out into the corner. Sears for 3, no. Rebound up, no good. Put back again. In for 2 by the Tigers. It was Bailey who got the 3rd chance bucket to go that trip down for LSU. They use a timeout, and it becomes a media break with 11:10 to go. 63-58, Alabama by 5 here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Each Monday night, join us for Hey Coach, presented by Alpha Insurance. Live at 6 p.m. Central from Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Tuscaloosa. We'll talk Alabama athletics with Tide coaches and players, plus take your calls. Hey Coach is available to listen to across our radio network, the Varsity Network app, as well as a video stream on all CTSN social media platforms at UA_CTSN. Hey Coach, Mondays at 6 p.m. on the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
Hey, Bama fans. Tuscaloosa Drug Company is a proud supporter of Crimson Tide Athletics. We've been serving our community and the University Athletic Department for over a decade. There are 3 locations in the Tuscaloosa and Northport area to serve you. We understand the importance of prompt and efficient service. That's why we strive to provide service that you can rely on, where we know you by name. The next time you have a medication need, call who the Tide calls, Tuscaloosa Drug.
Bama's up 5, 63-58 for now. As Bryan mentioned earlier, the goaltending call under Making Evan Williams Bourbon part of your game day traditions is a slam dunk. Visit evanwilliams.com to find a bottle near you. Evan Williams, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky. Think wisely, drink wisely, and roll Tide. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Again, Bama's up 5-4 now. Roger Hoover, you got any clarity on the review?
I do not. I was listening into the huddle, but Alabama with a lot of energy coming off the floor just now, and more energy is going to be needed on the defensive end of the floor and on rebounding. Those are the two key things, Bryan, that the coaching staff's concerned with at the moment.
Yeah, Alabama's done a better job of that, and also through the first 9 minutes of the second half, doing a better job on Chest, who has 16 rebounds for the game, 15 of those coming in the first half, and had about 10 at this point in the first half. So there's been an effort to slow down this LSU rebounding machine and Corey Chest. But Alabama doing a good job behind Aiden Holloway, who is able to knock down some shots. He'll get a rest on the Alabama.
After review, the goaltending play, 12-16 is confirmed. It's a good basket for Alabama.
Thank you very much to Owen Short, our lead official. That play under review brought to you by Bromberg's, Alabama's oldest and most trusted jeweler. So Bama leads by 5, nearing the 11-minute mark of this second half, trying to hang on against a gutty LSU squad. Crimson Tide and Tigers knotted at 40 at the half. Bama works it inside. Nelson to Stevenson, who had it stripped. He wanted a foul call. No whistle. Here come the Tigers the other way with Jordan Sears working against Diabate. Driving now against Nelson. Circles away from the tall timber and has it near side. That's a double dribble. Actually, they're going to call it palming the basketball. If he had just picked up the ball, it would not have been a turnover. Instead, he tried to dribble it again.
Hey, it was the right call. It's just good to know that palming is still illegal. I wasn't sure that was the case, but apparently it is.
It is indeed. Now we come to the media timeout as we're at 10:44 to play. 63-58. Alabama still leading LSU. We're glad you're with us here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for T-Town. The University of Alabama Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big roll tide, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tide pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
Tide fans, Golden Flake Snacks have been a proud partner with the Tide family for 67 years. The South's original potato chip, Golden Flake Snacks, are delicious fan favorites because they're crafted from traditional Southern recipes. From crispy, perfectly flavored potato chips to light and airy pork rinds and fluffy, cheesy cheese puffs, Golden Flake Snacks are a winning combination with Alabama basketball. Share Golden Flake Snacks with your Tide family and friends. Simple, Southern goodness. That's Golden Flake.
Couple of quick timeouts. The score hasn't changed. 63-58. Bama over LSU. 10:44 to go in the ball game. ATIX wants to say thank you to all ticket-holding Crimson Tide fans. Visit AAATix.com to find tickets for just about anything. ATIX is a proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. Across the way, with his ear in the Bama huddle, Roger Hoover.
Yeah, and I just heard Nate Oates say great job on D to the Crimson Tide from what we saw from the previous media timeout. Now got to string more of these stops together, and the key to that is really boxing out. So again, defense and rebounding, the common theme tonight for the Crimson Tide in the huddle. But again, Nate Oates is stressing the importance of rebounding, especially, Bryan, on the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, and listen, that's the key for Alabama. They were good in the first half with their first shot defense. The problem is they had to play second shot defense and third shot defense because of the offensive rebounding of LSU. Alabama's doing a better job of that, and also getting the transition game going because they've been able to get some stops and get out and run. And Aiden Holloway continuing to play at a high level. He's got 15, knocking down shots, making plays at the rim. But defensively, Alabama a little better here in the second half. That needs to continue.
Out of the timeout, Alabama will have possession. It will have Philon, Diabate, Nelson, Youngblood, and Stevenson as the 5 on the floor. Chris will give it to Grant at the elbow. Pivots, looks, near side, throws it away. Turnover by Chest. He'll drive in, goes right at Nelson, and Grant's going to be called for the foul. And Chest will go to the line to shoot 2 shots. Third team foul on Alabama this half. 2 have been called on the Tigers.
Grant Nelson on the offensive end was looking for Chris Youngblood coming off a screen, but Chest able to read the play. He has been so good in this game. Got the deflection, the steal, and Grant Nelson forced a difficult shot. Not a ton of contact, but LSU gets the call, and Chest goes to the line for 2.
Chest just a 53% free throw shooter on the year. Has another try upcoming. Missed them both. And Youngblood clears it for Alabama. Break there for the Tide as the lead stays at 5. Youngblood double teamed and fouled. He got popped across the face by Corey Chest. He had a dozen, or has a dozen, I should say, for the ball game. And 10 of those came in the first half. Bama inbounds it. Diabate back to Philon. Now to Youngblood. Driving, stopping, shooting for 15. Too strong, and the rebound claimed by Carter. Nearly poked away from behind, but Carter with good ball handling keeps it away from Diabate and the others in crimson. And now they set it up front court with Sears. Sears surveys the floor. Dribbles to the right side. Stops, gives it off to Carter. Carter back to Sears. Sears backing it out to the near wing with 8 on the shot clock. Drives it at Nelson, puts it up, off the window, no. Rebounded by Philon, and LeBaron brings it up. Bama up 5 to Youngblood. Back to Philon, near side. LeBaron off the screen from O. Takes it to between the circles now. He'll work over to Sears. Sears to Philon. Philon back to Nelson. Pump fake, shot attempt blocked, out of bounds. And possession will stay with the Crimson Tide with 11 to shoot, 9:31 to play in the half.
That's a great defensive play by Collins. Got the block shot. Nelson, one-on-one, typically finishes that play. Hesitated just enough. Probably should have put it on the deck, gathered himself, gone up and thrown it down, but ball goes out of bounds. Alabama will get it back.
Inbounded to Nelson at the elbow. We got a whistle away from the ball, and a hold is going to be called on LSU. Let's see. They're going to say that is on the Tigers and Jai Bailey, I believe. It is on Bailey, and that'll be his 3rd team foul, the 4th on LSU. Bama scoreless in the last 2.5. Inside Diabate, spins, pump fake, shot, good. Mo Diabate getting that one to go. He now is in double figures with 10, and it's a 7-point Bama lead. That is their biggest of the night.
And that's the patience I wanted to see out of Grant Nelson. Oh, they got Mo Diabate with not a ton of contact right there as Collins was cutting to the basket. Not a shooting foul, but boy, this game's been pretty physical. Mo Diabate didn't like the call, but going back to the offensive end, got the ball in the low block, took his time, gathered himself, and able to finish.
Tigers working around the horn now to Williams between the circles. To Sears, who'll drive and hand it off. They'll drive in, missing the layup. Collins, Nelson got popped in the face, but he looks like he's all right. Deep 3 from Sears, too strong, rebounded by Mo, and Diabate will bring it ahead. Gives it off to Philon, stepping through, tough shot, no, tip, no, scramble on the deck, and LSU comes out with it. Mo grabbing his ankle briefly, now hops up, grimacing as he runs to the other end. Tigers work it inside. They'll kick it out to Williams with 8:40 to go, and Bama on top, 65-58. Williams off the double screen, goes right, and a moving screen will be called. That's on Collins, and that'll give it back to Alabama with 8:34 to play.
That's a couple of times going back to the offensive end. Great defense by Alabama, forcing the offensive foul call on the moving screen, but Going back to the offensive end, another missed opportunity. LeBaron Philon having a little bit of problems finishing at the rim. Had a bad ankle the last couple of days. Nothing serious, but may not have the lift he normally does. And not able to finish. Mo Diabate in good offensive rebounding position. Not able to corral it as well.
Nelson being looked at on the Alabama bench. He got popped in the mouth. Holloway will drive in, misses the leaner. Rebound snatched away by Diabate. They're going to call a tie-up, I believe, or is it a foul? Nate Oates is going down. Chuck Jones said, I got a foul. Even though Lucas Santos said we got a jump ball, and they're going to go jump ball, and the arrow is going to favor LSU. Wow. Nate Oates is going to get the third official in. Owen Short. And now Chuck Jones, I think, is going to withdraw his foul call. He's still upset with Lucas Santos. That's a big possession right there for LSU. Bama fans getting back on their feet as the Tigers get it front court. Carter trying to drive, goes in, tough shot, no with the left hand. Rebounded Youngblood, outlet pass Holloway. Aiden crossing over, driving in, got hacked, ball bounces out of bounds off his leg, and possession will go to LSU. Man, if you go in the paint, you better bring something, because it is lethal in there, boy.
You know, and there wasn't really anything there. Aiden Holloway's made great decisions all year long, and that was one where you got in traffic, really nowhere to go. Nice defensive play by LSU.
Driving, falling, and Bama takes it away. Man, that's crazy, crazy sequence. LSU steals it right back. Carter for three, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Touch last, they say. Oh, by the Crimson Tide. I'm glad we get a break. I need to kill my mic. 7:45 to go in this second half. Bama 65, LSU 58 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Bama is back on top.
See the call as we make the call. Watch the Courtside Cam presented by NASCAR for each Alabama home basketball game. Streaming live on all CTSN social media platforms, you can get a front row seat to every big play and every reaction from the Alabama radio crew for men's and women's basketball. Watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X at UA_CTSN.
Wide open 9, left corner 3. Switch!
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Still anybody's ball game, 7:45 to go. 65-58. Bama has a 7-point lead on LSU. The best move of the game is presented by Old Dominion Freight Line. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is a proud partner of the Crimson Tide. We probably hadn't seen it yet, BP, but the best move of the game for you.
Well, yeah, I hope we haven't, but Alabama doing a little better job here in the second half, and Aiden Holloway's been really good in this game. Didn't make a great decision on the last dribble drive where he got stripped, but leading the way with 15 points. He's made good decisions, especially at the three-point line where he's 3 for 6 from the field. 50% from 3 is great, but that's under his average. He's shooting 56% from three in SEC games. That leads the SEC, and hopefully Aiden Holloway and company will continue to play at a high level here the last 7:45 of the game.
Across the way down to Roger Hoover.
Speaking of high level, that's what Nate Oates called the defense. As a matter of fact, he called it elite just a moment ago. Offensively, still want to see a little bit more from this group moving the ball around, but again, defensively called that last stretch elite, so that's a really good sign for this Crimson Tide team. That's about to get Grant Nelson back on the floor. Still haven't seen Mark Sears in the second half, guys.
Bryan, Alabama's playing without one of the best players in America right now. You can do that when you have a roster as talented as the Crimson Tide. My phone's blown up, as yours has, questioning where's Mark Sears. He's had a towel around his shoulders. Look, don't know if he's ill, don't know if it's coach's decision. We've seen times in the past where Mark has said, Coach, the other guys are hot, stick with them. Don't know that any of that is in play right now other than coach's decision, but he is closer up towards the head coach right now with 7:45 to go.
Yeah, we don't know the answer.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm sure that'll be question number one in the press conference for Nate Oates, and Chris, when you visit with him as well. But right now, it's about getting it done the last 7:45 of this game.
Up 7, but it inbounded to Carter. Corner 3, no good. Rebound tipped and controlled by Nelson. Grant has it. It'd be nice to have about a 6-0 run right here and get this thing double digits. Holloway for 3, can't get it to go. Rebound snatched out of the air by LSU, and the Tigers will come the other way.
That's a great look by Aiden Holloway, just not able to knock it down.
Williams thought about it, gives it off to Carter. He weaves through traffic, puts up the reverse layup, no, and the rebound is saved by Stevenson. Jaron, a bounce pass ahead, Youngblood for 3, no good, and the rebound's knocked out of bounds by the Crimson Tide.
That's back-to-back wide open looks from 3 from 2 really good shooters, not able to convert. Aiden Holloway on the previous possession, Chris Youngblood right there. Alabama goes 0 for 2 from deep.
That had been our 6-0 run that I was looking for. Unfortunately, they didn't drop. And with 7 minutes to go, it remains a 7-point Alabama lead. Driving is Sears for LSU. Fall-away jumper from 14 is good. Bama's lead down to 5. Here comes Holloway ahead for the Crimson Tide. Aiden looking, driving left of the circle. Kicks it to Amori. Back they go. Now to Cliff again at the elbow. Amori fires it to Nelson near side. Grant will get into the paint. He'll back his way down, spins right, lays it up, missed it, and the rebound is controlled by Chest of LSU.
That's 3 straight trips where Alabama has gotten the looks they've wanted, not able to convert on any of them.
Looks they wanted from the people they wanted to take them, but couldn't get any of them to drop. And we got a hold called on the defensive end against Alabama. That's Youngblood. And that'll be the 5th team foul on the Tide. Same number for LSU this half. And on Chris, that'll be personal number 2.
You got Mark Sears on the bench. We're not exactly sure the situation there. We got Darion Reed, who's still out. Thought we might see him in this game, but he's still out with a leg injury. LeBaron Philon, not 100% with an ankle, but Alabama trying to battle here against an LSU team that is playing well here on the road.
Fountain in the left corner, lost it on the way in, got away with a carry. Now the Tigers will work it, floater up, no good, and the rebound is going to be on LSU, or the foul, excuse me, is going to be on LSU as Sears of the Tigers, that's Jordan Sears, put up a floater from the left side of the lane. It wouldn't go. Nelson had good rebounding position, and they'll call the foul on LSU. It'll be their 16th foul as Miller picks up the personal.
Alabama struggling offensively lately, 1 for their last 9.
Holloway all the way in and got the friendly roll. It climbed over the rim and fell home, and Bama leads it by 7 again, 67-60.
Big bucket by Aiden Holloway. He's had some good looks lately, not go down.
Tigers work it to the elbow, jumper up and good. Sears doesn't need much space, and he got that to go for LSU. Here's Holloway back front court for Bama. Aiden pushed, and they'll get Sears for the foul.
And that'll send Aiden Holloway to the line for a 1-and-1. Smart play by Holloway coming off a ball screen. Took the contact, let the official know. that he got fouled. 1-and-1 coming up for Aiden Holloway, who just converted with the layup on the previous offensive possession.
The 1-and-1 upcoming for Aiden Holloway, and it's a very important one. It's a Tide leads by only 5 with 5:21 to go. Holloway so far tonight 5 for 5 as he hits the front end right there. 83% shooter on the season coming into this game in conference play, or overall I should say. Conference play remains perfect.
And as you wanted to say, but smartly waited, perfect from the line since we have started SEC play.
14 of 14 from the stripe in the lead is Holloway. Tigers the other way, launching a three, missing everything but the ground was Carter, and here comes Holloway the other way. Bama by 7 with a bucket, could have their biggest lead. Aiden will try it near side, no good. Rebound claimed by the Tigers as bodies fly everywhere. Sears with it for LSU on the left wing. Driving left, stopping, going right, feeding it off. Williams over to Carter. Carter back to Williams from deep. Brick, but he didn't make contact that time, and Bama claims it. It comes the other way. Holloway, Stevenson, right corner three, in and out, no good. Rebound by Cliff, back to Stevenson, around to Aiden, going left side, got held, no whistle. Goes right, goes left, goes inside the paint, puts up the runner, no. Rebound tipped again, batted into the hands of Stevenson, who got hit across the face. Amori won't get the rebound, but he kept getting fingertips on it until a teammate could.
We've seen more fight from this Alabama team on the glass on both ends of the floor, and that's a great example. We've seen Mo Diabate do that throughout this season, and that's just keep balls alive. Even if you can't get to them, tip it to a teammate. This time, Cliff Amori tips it to Jaren Stevenson, and he'll go to the line. 1-and-1 coming up. Great effort by Alabama on the glass.
Sears checks out. It's Diabate, Stevenson, Amori. Keep saying Sears, and I'm sorry. Nelson checks out. It's Stevenson at the line, missing the free throw, and the rebound controlled by LSU. Carter on the drive, got away with a push. Stops on the block, spins a couple of times, and kicks it out to Collins. He'll feed it off to Jordan Sears of LSU. Jordan Sears working against Stevenson, going down the lane, hands it off. No, reverse layup, got it to go. I thought he was about to hand that to Collins. Instead, he flipped it up, got it to go. Back to a 5-point game. Phylon on the drive, puts it up, and he got hacked, and he'll go to the line to shoot. 2 shots when we come back. 3:45 left to go in this one. Still one heck of a game, 69-64. Bama leading LSU by 5 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Don't let pests invade your home this season. Give them the full court press by calling Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and Centricron termite control system protect your home from unwanted pests and are backed by a 110% guarantee. Nobody is more thorough, courteous, or on time, except maybe me, Mark Sears. Trust Cook's Pest Control, the South's most trusted name in pest control for over 90 years.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
At Red Diamond, we know that there's simply nothing better than the perfect sip of fresh brewed iced tea. And we've been working hard to make sure choosing Red Diamond is always easy, with only simple ingredients: water, tea leaves, and pure cane sugar, or no sugar. We make sure our tea tastes like, well, tea. Stop by your local cooler and pick up a gallon for a perfect sip today. Red Diamond. Perfect, not easy.
Texaco and Techron is proud to sponsor tonight's game. Trust your car to the star, as Texaco and Techron gives you unbeatable mileage for all of your travels off the court Bama's up 5, 69-64. 3:45 to go in the ball game. Be sure and stay tuned after the game for the Regions postgame show with Bama coach Nate Oates. And don't forget, you can get your University of Alabama Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card today. Across the way, one more time in the Bama huddle, Roger Hoover.
Yeah, and right now the coaching staff is talking about how right now it's essentially a 0-0 game. That's the mentality Alabama has to play with, even up 69-64 with still 3:45 to go. But again, a lot of things being stressed. Defensively, Coach Oates working on the offense right now with the dry erase board. But again, find a way to approach this like a 0-0 game. Find a way, Bryan, to win this final 3:45.
Yeah, Alabama has done a better job here in the second half, but doing it without Mark Sears. We're not certain as to why he hasn't played in the second half. Struggled in the first half. He's been on the Alabama bench, but fortunately, Aiden Holloway stepped up in a big way, and a lot of what he's done has been in the second half, knocking down threes, going to the free throw line, converting. Alabama's only been to the line 3 times here in the second half. Just missed a 1-and-1, 2 for 3 from the free throw line. LeBaron Philon will go to the line for 2, a chance to extend this Alabama lead.
LSU breaks the huddle with Jordan Sears, Carter, Collins, Bailey, and Chest. Alabama with Youngblood, Philon, Diabate, Amori, and Stevenson. LeBaron Philon at the stripe, shooting 2 shots. Alabama's 12 of 16 from the line. LSU 9 of 14 on free throws. LeBaron hits the first and pushes the Alabama lead back up to 6. Bama's biggest lead in this game has been 7. LSU's was at 5 very, very early. Both free throws good for LeBaron. The freshman from Mobile pushes the lead to 7. It's time to get about 3 stops in a row here, fellas. Let's start with 1.
Alabama's got really strong defensive unit on the floor right now.
Collins with it, top of the arc. A couple dribbles to his left, picks it up, lets one cutter go by, then throws the backdoor feed. Layup attempt is missed. Good challenge by Youngblood on the attempt from Bailey. Philon now top of the arc with it. Bama throwing it to Youngblood left side. Now up top to Amori. Cliff with a dribble and a handoff to Youngblood. He'll drive baseline, stops, looks, gives it off to Abate, flips it over. Now into the hands of Youngblood. Back at his way down at 8, at 7. Stopping at 5, puts it up, would go, but he got fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Chris Youngblood is strong. He's old, and he knows what he's doing. He's been around a while and has a high basketball IQ. Had his man on his hip, realized that the LSU defender was a little off balance, created just enough contact to warrant the foul call, knowing he's going to go to the line for 2 and a chance to extend this Alabama lead.
Youngblood, the veteran from here in Tuscaloosa, knocks down the first. Graduate student, playing for his hometown school after starting at Kennesaw State, then playing at South Florida. Best in the league at both of those places. Free throw up, free throw good, and the Tide leads at 73-64. That is the biggest lead of the night. 3 minutes to go. Get a stop, fellas. Sears with it for LSU. Jordan Sears dribbling left, driving down the lane, dumps it off. Ball lost on the way in, but it went off the chest of Stevenson, but it hit an LSU player on the baseline, out of bounds, and that gives the possession to the Crimson Tide.
Great defensive effort. Mentioned this is a strong defensive team that Alabama has on the floor. Multiple guys that can play 4 and 5 different positions. So if you switch off, you're in good position defensively. Alabama's been able to do that, and because of the hustle, got the deflection goes off LSU, and Alabama with some big stops. They're going to look at it.
Trying to see exactly what happened to Jordan Sears for him to be in the pain that he appears to be in on the end of the bench. The play under review brought to you by Bromberg.
Previous plays under further review.
Alabama's oldest and most trusted jeweler. LSU leading the Tide in second chance points.
Yeah, this is a
12-9.
This is a big call. If they reversed this, and it was a foul on Alabama, which is what they're looking at. It was inadvertent. You could see on the replay, Jaron Stevenson tries to block it just a little bit.
After review, the call on the floor stands.
Yeah, that's the right call. There was contact with Jaron Stevenson, but it was his natural motion trying to swipe at the ball, not a ton of contact. That was the right call, and Alabama will get it back.
So, Bryan, if there's a foul that occurs, but it wasn't called initially, you can't go back and say it's a foul. You could only go back and say that it's flagrant. Is that correct?
Yeah, in that situation, that's what they were looking at.
Gotcha. Bama basketball. Bringing it front court will be Phylon. The Tide leads by 9. It's their biggest advantage of the night. Mo on the drive, muscles his way in and finishes strong. Diabate with a bucket. He's got a dozen, and the Tide leads it 75-64 with 2.5 to play.
3 straight trips. Alabama scored, 2 at the free throw line, and Mo at the rim.
Gibbons driving against Cliff. Gets cut off. Tried it again. Short. Rebound. And Cliff says, feed me. Takes it away. Gives it ahead. Phylon to the rack. The left hand, no. The putback from Mo. He's got 14. And Bama leads it by 13 with 2:07 remaining. And the lid's coming off Coleman.
A huge run for Alabama, 8-0 in the last minute 37, getting stops defensively, and Mo Diabate coming alive on the offensive end.
Timeout LSU, and we'll keep it right here as the Crimson Tide enjoys the 77-64 advantage with 2:03 remaining.
You called for a 6-0 run a few minutes ago, and they gave it to you and then some. 8-0 run in about a minute and a half. The combination of getting stops. Alabama with some critical free throws. Went to the line. LeBaron Phylon 2 for 2. Chris Youngblood 2 for 2. And Mo Diabate 2 for 2 from the field, which gives you that 8-0 run in just a little over a minute.
Crimson Tide enjoying a 13-point lead with 2 minutes and 3 seconds remaining. Tigers inbounding it, front court, Tower left. They get it to Collins. Now to Chest, up top. Jordan Sears for 3. It's no good, but they say Stevenson committed the foul, and that'll be 3 free throws for Sears.
I guess they said that he landed on Stevenson's foot. I mean, I didn't see any contact.
Not up high anyway?
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see contact up high, and I didn't see, I was looking at Stevenson's legs. That's typically what happens. Jordan Sears kicked his legs out just a little bit. May have landed on Jaron Stevenson's foot, but that is a tough call, and it sends one of the best free throw shooters in the SEC to the line, shooting over 95% in conference play.
True to form, he hits the first 2 and the third as well. Still, Bama leads it by 10 with 1:57 to go. Full court pressure from LSU. Diabate over to Phylon. LeBaron on the drive in the lane, puts it up, missed it. Rebound controlled by Collins of LSU. Works it ahead to Jordan Sears on the right wing. Cut off by Diabate. Jordan Sears will give it off to Carter. He goes underneath, got away with a little push, missed the leaner, rebounded his own miss, and then Cliff fouled him. 2 shots upcoming for the Tigers.
Well, Jaron Stevenson lost his footing, and Cliff Amore tried to make the play. It could be the right call. And not able to secure the defensive rebound, which they had so much trouble with in the first half. Much better job in the second half, but because you had a man down, couldn't get the block out. And that'll send LSU back to the line. A chance to go on a 5-0 run off from the free throw line. in the last couple of possessions.
Free throw up and good by Carter. Nelson will come in. Stevenson will sit down.
Mentioned Jordan Sears from the free throw line. Cam Carter, I think, just a little bit better. 1 and 2 in the SEC in free throw percentage. The backcourt of LSU don't want to let them get to the line here late, and that's what's happened last couple of possessions.
Carter hits both freebies. Diabate will check out with 8 points and 9 rebounds. Holloway comes in to give Bama a better ball handler and free throw shooter. Inbounds comes to Aiden. Throws it back over to Youngblood. Back to Holloway, working against the zone full court pressure. Flips it ahead to Philon. The give to Diabate. Pump fake, handoff to Nelson. Had his dunk attempt blocked. And LSU comes the other way, down by 8. 1:18 to go. Jordan Sears with it on the right wing. Jordan Sears keeping the dribble alive. Bounce pass to Carter now. Or actually, they'll drive and dish it in the corner to Collins. Collins getting into the paint. Stops, lays it up and in for 2. And we've got a 6-point game with 1 minute to go.
Alabama's gone a little too quick the last 2 possessions. They got it at point-blank range, but not able to convert.
Nearly threw it away, but it was deflected out of bounds by LSU. Here's Youngblood reminding everybody to make sure they grab the basketball.
Oh, come on.
What are we going to review here? What are they looking at now?
One of my frustrations, not just here, but in college basketball, is officials
call the floor is Alabama basketball. Previous plays under
almost
review.
Every call the last 2 minutes of a game. The last minute of the South Carolina-Mississippi State game, the last minute took 25 minutes of real time.
This play is under review, brought to you by Bromberg's, Alabama's oldest and most trusted jeweler. Thankful to be able to remind you about Bromberg's. Just wish that it didn't take as long to resume play after we tell you about the great folks at Bromberg's.
It's really a rule that needs to change because it makes the last minute of college basketball.
After review, the call on the floor is confirmed. The game clock will be set to 52.5 seconds.
Yeah, no kidding, because it wasn't close. I mean, you had 3 officials looking at it, and now we're taking 5 minutes to look at it from 10 different angles because officials love nothing more than going to the monitor. It drives me crazy.
You got dinner reservations?
It makes basketball hard to watch. This is a great game.
I agree.
And officials, and they're directed to, but man, you don't need to ask them twice to go to the monitor. They will sprint there, and oh, they love it.
Bryan Passink, ladies and gentlemen.
Cut my mic so I don't get fired.
You're good. Diabate, great feed, Philon, layup, no good, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Alabama able to execute, sideline out of bounds. And listen, all of a sudden, LSU's made this game interesting with a tough call against Jaron Stevenson. LSU goes to the line for 3. Cam Carter goes to the line for 2. They were able to finish at the rim. And a quick 7-0 run in just over a minute for LSU. 2-possession game, but now LeBaron Philon going to the line, trying to extend this Alabama lead.
It's the first. He'll have another upcoming. Youngblood and Holloway sitting down. Diabate and Amori in. Free throw up. Free throw good. 50 seconds to play. Bama leads by 8 again. 79-71. Jordan Sears, front court for LSU. Working against Nelson. Goes left. Lays it up and in for 2. Grant looked like his leg buckled. I don't know if he got his ankle broken on that play or if he slipped or what happened, but LSU will use, I believe, their final timeout with 39.8 left, cutting the Bama lead to 6. It's a full timeout, and it is their last timeout available. Crimson Tide with the 79-73 lead. after this ball game. The Tide will not play again until Wednesday in Starkville. 8 o'clock Central tip from Humphrey Coliseum. Will be on the air starting at 7 here on the network. Tip-off is at 8 o'clock. And we look forward to having you with us for that one. Again, from the Hump next weekend, Georgia is here. It's a Saturday game, 3 o'clock. When the Bulldogs come to town, they are wounded, but a wounded dog is a dangerous one. And they, after another setback today and a big one at Florida by 30, will come in here a week from now ready to play, you know.
Didn't know which Bulldog you were talking about.
Both Bulldogs. Both Bulldogs are tough. The one in Starkville, but that one from Athens a little wounded right now.
Yeah, right now it's about finishing this game off.
You're worried about Tigers right now. You ain't worried about dogs.
Right now, if still a two-possession game, Alabama's got to make some good decisions here with their press offense. LSU's going to take some chances, but want to get the ball in the hands of Aiden Holloway. Once again, playing at a high level, leading Alabama in scoring with 19, and a guy that can really shoot it from the free throw line.
Nelson has to use a timeout just ahead of the 5-second count. You had the timeout to use. You've still got 2 available to you, but man, Nelson put himself in a tough spot. Like he ran and stopped right underneath the basket there, which took away a chance to throw anything in the air down the middle of the floor.
Well, he made the right decision in that the last thing coaches tell you before you go out on the floor in this situation, it's a two-possession game. And the only thing you can't do is take a chance with a pass when you have multiple timeouts, which Alabama does. So if you're not sure you can get the ball inbounds, call a timeout. That's what Grant Nelson did. Gives Alabama a chance to get reset and have a couple of guys in Chris Youngblood, Aiden Holloway, LeBaron Philon, all guys that can handle it and shoot it from the free throw line. But first and foremost, they got to get open.
So Nelson again to trigger it in. Chuck Jones reminds him he can run the baseline. And he's got himself right under the basket, though, and throws it to Holloway. Holloway trying to work away from a triple team, and Nelson gets fouled by LSU's Cam Carter.
Boy, that was close. Aiden Holloway put the ball behind his back as a third defender was coming over. Fortunately, he was able to get it to Grant Nelson before the turnover, but Aiden Holloway probably wanted to, if he could have held on the ball and get fouled, you'd rather have him at the free throw line, who hasn't missed in SEC play.
Nelson at the strike. Misses the first free throw. Nelson 11 points on the night. It's his first miss on 3 tries. For the season, he's right at 67% coming in. Second attempt is up. That one's perfect.
And that's a big one. That makes it a 3-possession game. Obviously would have loved to have both. But Grant Nelson hits a big second free throw. Grant stepped up second half of this game. Kind of struggled through the first half, made a couple of free throws late, but he's been big here in the second half.
Bama's 19 of 24 from the stripe. LSU 14 of 19. They'll bring it front court with Jordan Sears for the Tigers. Working right of the circle, gives it back to Carter near side. Carter trying to drive against Diabate. Pounded by him. Great defense by Mo, and he deflects it out of bounds with 17 to shoot. 23.6 left to play, and Bama's still up by 7.
And maybe most importantly, it's made LSU use a lot more time than they wanted to.
Tigers will inbound it side court. It'll be Bailey to trigger it. Youngblood face guarding him. Looking, throwing it in, and just over the hands of Stevenson. Collins giving it off to Carter. Carter, a deep contested three. It's no good. Rebounded by Mo, and he'll give it off to Phylon. Let's see if the Tigers opt to foul. Doesn't matter. 10, 9, 8. They throw it ahead to Cliff. Now to Youngblood. 4 seconds. Final 3 tick away. And finally, let's strike up the band. Your final. Wasn't a thing of beauty, but let's get out of here. Bama winner by 7 as the Crimson Tide improves on the season now to 17-3, 6-1 in SEC play. The Tigers slide to 1-5 in the league. They are 12-7. Post-game with Coach Nate Oates coming your way in just a bit. Roger Hoover will be in the driver's seat when we come back here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Flex Premium Athleisure is softness that plays hard. From the couch to the gym to the office and beyond, Flex gives you premium comfort and style that keeps up with anything without costing everything. Whether you're chasing the ball or chasing the gigs, life's a workout. Flex with it. Exclusively at Kohl's. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Convenience is the name of the game at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University. Located on Veterans Memorial Parkway, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University offers just the right amenities for a relaxing getaway or a productive business trip. The University of Alabama, Bryant-Denny Stadium, Coleman Coliseum, and the Bryan Conference Center are within 2 miles, making any visit to the Capstone convenient. Whatever you're visiting Tuscaloosa for, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University is the perfect hotel destination and a proud preferred hotel partner of the Crimson Tide.
When it comes to land care, you need equipment that's a slam dunk every time. At Tri-Green Equipment, we provide the tried and true support you need for your John Deere gear. Just like the Alabama Crimson Tide, we're always ready to assist you in making those game-winning plays. Visit us today and experience the unbeatable support that keeps you in the game. Tri-Green Equipment, proud sponsor of Crimson Tide basketball.
I'm John Miller. And I'm Kobe Prentice. Make sure you and your family are up to date this summer on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory disease.
Vaccinations against these viruses are important for everyone, especially those at a higher risk of developing serious complications, including older Americans and those with certain medical conditions.
So don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM today. Stay safe and roll tide.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota. Let's go places. Get 2.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2024 Toyota Tacoma Hybrid. Offer valid through February 3rd, 2025. Zero down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $29.08 monthly payment for every $1,000 financed. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
At Red Diamond, we know that there's simply nothing better than the perfect sip of fresh brewed iced tea. And we've been working hard to make sure choosing Red Diamond is always easy. With only simple ingredients, water, tea leaves, and pure cane sugar. Or no sugar. We make sure our tea tastes like, well, tea. Stop by your local cooler and pick up a gallon for a perfect sip today. Red Diamond. Perfect, not easy.
Welcome to the Regions Postgame Show on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Get your University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card today.
Roll Tide and welcome to the Regions Postgame Show. Get your University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card today. Final score from Coleman Coliseum, it's Alabama 80 and LSU at 73. Roger Hoover, glad to welcome you back to Coleman Coliseum as we take a look at our Texaco star of the game. You know, unbeatable shots, unbeatable plays, and the unbeatable mileage of Texaco at Techron. We also thank Texaco for being our game sponsor tonight as the Crimson Tide pick up this win. And Bryan Passink, we've been talking a lot about Aiden Holloway and what he's doing coming off the bench. Tonight he leads the Crimson Tide with 19 points.
Yeah, he was huge in this game, especially with no Mark Sears in the second half. And Aiden Holloway continues to play at a high level. He's been one of the best transfers in the SEC all season long, and he starts the second half and produces in a big way. His defense has improved, and offensively we know what he could do. Coming into this game leading the SEC in field goal percentage, shooting, and three-point percentage, and still perfect from the free throw line. He was big once again here tonight.
Love to see that for Aiden Holloway as the Crimson Tide pick up this win, 80-73, the final score against LSU. You know, making Evan Williams bourbon part of your game day traditions and, of course, game day celebrations, it's a slam dunk. Visit evanwilliams.com to find a bottle near you. Evan Williams, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Bardstown, Kentucky, 43 to 45% alcohol by volume. Think wisely, drink wisely, and roll Tide. We will come back with more of the region's postgame show next after once again telling you the final score in Tuscaloosa, Alabama 80, LSU 73. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek Wetumpka, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek Wetumpka. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
If you're looking for the best selection in Crimson Tide apparel, look no further than the Soup Store. The Soup Store is every Bama fan's ultimate destination for the hottest gear and accessories, with 3 great locations around campus to serve you: in Tuscaloosa on campus at the University Student Center, on the Strip in front of Bryant-Denny Stadium, and on Bryan Drive. If you can't get to Tuscaloosa, shop the Soup Store online at soupstore.ua.edu. The Soup Store is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics.
Nobody beats me, Mark Sears, on the court, and nobody beats Cook's Pest Control when it comes to superior protection against unwanted pests and termites. Cook's knowledgeable and courteous technicians are expertly trained to get the job done right. Guaranteed. Call Cooks today for your free quote or to schedule a free on-site inspection. Roll Tide.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
Coleman Coliseum gives the Tide a big home court advantage. When it comes to your home, count on Tri-Green Equipment to give you a big advantage with our lineup of John Deere equipment and tried and true expertise. We'll help you call the right plays on your property, and we're always there when you need an assist. From riding mowers, compact utility tractors, gators, to agriculture equipment, we've got serious game. Stop by one of our locations or visit TriGreenEquipment.com. Proud sponsors of Alabama Crimson Tide basketball.
Gets into the paint, spins, looks, needs help, bounce pass to the cutter, off the window and in. Boy, his streak for a little man is so impressive.
And that was our assist of the game. It's presented by Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Due to popular demand, Baumhauer's Inflation Bites menu is back to help you save some cash here in the new year. Try their delicious hand-breaded onion strings for only $7.99, plus the custom grind third pound Omaha beef tailgate burger for only $8.99, the hearty Bam Bam chicken for only $9.99, and many more options, all under $13. Baumhauer's legendary fun and legendary food. Crimson Tide pick up the win against LSU, 80-73, the final score in Tuscaloosa. Let's take a look at our turning point of the game. It's presented by Payless Drugs. Payless Drugs, your locally owned family pharmacy with 5 locations in the Birmingham area. Payless can handle your prescriptions, over-the-counter solutions, and home delivery. Visit mynewpharmacy.com to pay less. Bryan Passink, give us the turning point for tonight.
Well, I thought Alabama did a much better job in the second half of rebounding the ball, and especially on the defensive end. You look at what Bama did in this game, holding LSU to 39% from the field, and still LSU out-rebounded Alabama by a couple, but much better defensively in the second half and rebounding the ball. And, of course, the Auburn transfer, Aiden Holloway, was terrific once again.
Certainly was terrific for the Crimson Tide, as, again, we did not see Mark Sears in the second half. Just quickly on that, how'd you like how Alabama responded without him on the floor?
Well, the good thing about this Alabama team, there are many good things, but one is depth. And you've got a guy like Aiden Holloway, LeBaron Philon, a guy like Mo Diabate, obviously not a point guard, but comes in off the bench and plays extremely well. 14 points, 6 rebounds, and Chris Youngblood gets the start and produces 13 points, 5 for 10 from the field. Just one made 3, but made some big free throws late, and he was really good defensively.
He certainly was. So again, the Crimson Tide get the win 80-73. Bryan, safe travels coming up. We'll see you down the road. Roll Tide.
Look forward to it. Roll Tide.
That's Bryan Passink. I'm Roger Hoover. We'll continue with more of the Regions postgame show coming up in a moment after once again telling you the final score. It's the Crimson Tide 80 and the LSU Tigers 73. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey there, everybody. Bob Baumhauer here, letting you know that we understand that times are tough and we truly believe value matters. So, by popular demand, we brought back our Inflation Bites menu featuring scratch-made meals that will make the whole family smile, and your wallet, too. Menu items start at just $7.99, and any entree comes with a free beverage. Try our classic tailgate burger for just $8.99, or our hearty Bam Bam chicken platter for $9.99. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
The Alabama Insider Podcast is the official podcast of Crimson Tide Athletics. Catch full episodes of Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show, Crimson Tide Rewind, Crimson Tide Today Daily Reports, plus full interviews from Crimson Tribe driven by NASCAR. Download and subscribe to the Alabama Insider Podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and all podcast platforms. Roll Tide with the Alabama Insider Podcast.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota. Let's go places. Lease a new 2024 Toyota Tacoma SR5 for $379 a month for 39 months. Offer valid through February 3rd, 2025. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. $36.78 due at signing. No security deposit with select equipment. $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Producing championship quality lumber is not an easy process, but at Everwood Preserving, it's our only process. Wood treated right. Everwood offers top-notch pressure-treated wood for decks, outdoor structures, commercial jobs, and more that you can build your reputation on. When it comes to quality, we're on the winning team. Visit your local Everwood dealer today and discover the difference for yourself. Everwood Preserving Incorporated, the official lumber of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
The second half highlight reel is presented by Tito's. Remember, Tide fans, Tito's Handmade Vodka is donating game tickets to VetTix for active service members and veterans to attend Bama home games this season. Let's hear it for Tito's and Roll Tide.
Into the hands of Holloway, and we got numbers. 5-on-4. Holloway, top of the arc. Right side gets a return pass. Lets it fly. It outside, Holloway. He'll play off the screen. He'll drive in. Little teardrop. Rolls off, no good. Clip snatches it out of the air and lays it in for 2.
Second half highlights presented by Tito's as Alabama picks up this win 80-73 over the LSU Tigers. That's the final score here, but we got to take a look at some other scores around the Southeastern Conference tonight. This scoreboard update, our final one of the evening, presented by Alabama Power. Alabama Power, a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Alabama Power, power for a better Alabama. And Tom Stipe, understand this may change even as we're talking here from down the plains.
Roger. I'll talk slow. Hope to get a final here on the Auburn-Tennessee game, but final so far in the books. Columbia, South Carolina loses to Mississippi State 65-60 in overtime. Nashville, Vandy defeats Kentucky 74-69. Austin, Texas wins over A&M at the last second 70-69. In Gainesville, Florida, big over Georgia 89-59. Mizzou at home gets a win over Ole Miss 83-75. In Fayetteville, Arkansas loses again, this time to Oklahoma 65-62 with 13 seconds. 13.7 seconds to go. Tennessee has the ball. They are down 1 at Auburn. Well, I'm sorry. Auburn has the ball baseline. Not looking good for the Vols.
Thank you so much, Tom. Yes, Janai Broom did return tonight for the Auburn Tigers. He has 16 points in his return for Auburn. And again, at last check, 52 for Auburn, 51 for Tennessee with 12.7 seconds remaining from Neville Arena. When we come back, we will, first of all, even before we go to break, we will pause 10 seconds for a station identification. That's 10 seconds for a station ID. It's 10 p.m. Central, and this is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Final score in Tuscaloosa, Alabama 80, LSU 73. Back with one more segment of the region's postgame show next. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
You can find all Crimson Tide Sports Network video content